Episode 8. All right, let's start with roll call.
Hi, I'm Joe. I play Cal, the good boy analyst that's not going to be an analyst for very much longer. So
I'm James, and I'm playing Fred, and I'm the good boy data entry guy who's not going to be in data entry much longer.
I'm Juan, and I play 42, who will always be a sentry at heart, I suppose.
I'm Lila, and I play Aurora.
And I'm Jay. I play literally everyone else. Welcome back to the GVA OVA episode 8, potentially the final episode because Netflix cut the last two. All right, James, take it away.
As urgency rises, our protagonists visit V in order to get the Master Morpher back, as well as use the device that he invented in order to get their former memories without scrambling their brains. Upon talking to V, the gang realize that the Sentry/Analyst CADs can be used to leave the GVA at any time if they decide to strike out on their own without the help of Mr. Blue, whose recent tantrum has shaken their faith. Aurora asks V to set up a meeting with Hades, and he agrees to try to set up a meeting for her, but her interest in such a character causes unease in her comrades. V brings in the mind-protecting memory recovery device, Thingamabob, and Fred jumps forward, eager to protect his current state of consciousness. The process is intense, seeming to be a process of the Master Morpher scanning the individual and setting them on a path of rediscovery, while unlocking their former persona only to allow them to decide together how to move forward. Fred is dismissive of Charlie's 18 years of existence, seeing it all as inconsequential and mostly him being in a dissociative state. Charlie, being a sweet and empathetic kid, sees Fred as a success story. He already is someone who takes a back seat in his own mind at times. He admires a version of himself that doesn't live through pain. Charlie accepts non-existence and fades away, leaving Fred's persona intact. S-42 volunteers to go next and is warned by his comrades. Pretty sure that S-42 will have a very different experience than Fred just had. V flicks the switch, the Master Morpher flips through its coins and shows the Black Dino Thunder coin. Energy pulses, body clenches, eyes wide. The helmet is suctioning to his head. S-42 gets memories of his past, but also he's shown a life that never was because of the GVA's interruption. He's shown his brother's descent into darkness and becoming a Draken-level threat. He's also shown a life where the GVA intervened and let Danny die in his childhood. S-42 thinks about his current life and the GVA's actions kind of making sense. That's what the GVA does. They stopped a bad future. It's what he would have done at his job. He's content with his life and Omega Squad. He's gotten to have a life working alongside with his brother. Javi, however, walks up to S-42 in the void and is upset that S-42 doesn't seem to care about his hardships. Still fresh off the memory of helplessly watching Danny's murder, Javi does not appreciate, nor does he comprehend S-42's view of the bigger picture. The two personas being out of sync causes S-42 to start having violent seizures. Cal asks if there's a way to help him, and V explains that the only way to do so would be to come in with some sort of external source of power. Cal and Aurora use their abilities to boost S-42's mental strength, causing him to power through the last bit of the process, and he wakes up as S-42. V outs Cal as a former Psycho Ranger, so Cal reveals that he won't need to use the device, seeing as how he already has gone through the process of rediscovering his memories. Fred happily assumes that Cal has come through the other side, completely getting rid of his former self, and Cal agrees, not telling anyone he's still being haunted by the Psycho Green persona, Lord Mamushi. V then outs Aurora as a Psycho Ranger, who he believes may have malicious intent. Aurora reveals her true identity as Thumbelina, and that she had been tasked to find out who Mr. Blue is, but overall has become bored and upset with the GVA's intentions. Now she's more interested in meeting someone else like her, reiterating that she would like to have a meeting with Hades. They are both at an impasse, V and Aurora, both agreeing that it would be interesting to see what would happen if the meeting would take place. The team contemplates their next move. They discuss the possibility of killing Ares. Can we even separate the quantum morpher from him? V reveals that the cause of his own death was from being a test subject for the quantum morpher. V tells us that the morpher is a weak spot, even hitting it could cause some sort of malfunction that could disrupt the fabric of Ares' being. They discuss more about what to do about Mr. Blue, deciding that they at least want to get far enough to learn who he is. So they'll need to go through the danger of making their way through the archives for the information that Mr. Blue needs. Before they leave V's apartment, V tells Cal not to worry too much about Mamushi, and to know that his power isn't inherently evil, and he'll just need to ignore Mamushi to make him eventually go away. The team goes back to Cal's apartment to contact Mr. Blue, asking him questions about why he wants the morpher. The mysterious figure has calmed down, apologized for his previous outburst, and reveals the Master Morpher belonged to his dear friend that the GVA killed. He has dedicated a search, high and low, to learn about the GVA, to enact his revenge against them, and to liberate those enslaved by the GVA. Through Aurora's questioning, Mr. Blue reveals that he has a way to ping information in a signal to important beings throughout the multiverse, information about the GVA to the unknowing. He's very dedicated and wants to inform everyone of the GVA's misdeeds. Not a bad motive. Fred asks how they'd be safe in his care if they chose to go with him. Mr. Blue ensures the team that his access to both magics and science have kept him from the reaches of the GVA. Fred asks if they can bring others willing to join, wanting desperately to save the friends he's made over the years, but worried they may not take the information well. Mr. Blue says, love and friendship can transcend time, space, and reality. Cal adds that love can make you do crazy things, going beyond what you thought was possible. Mr. Blue tasks us to reach out to those who we believe are good apples within the GVA, and to message him when we are ready to make the jump. Everyone disperses for the night, and Aurora is sent a message beckoning to call her boss. The mysterious individual on the other end of the comms is very interested in Mr. Blue, V, Lord Mamushi, and Hades. He knows of Mamushi's deeds. He knows about the Dimension Storm team, and finds it funny that their variants have found one another within the GVA. Aurora tells him everything, and is tasked to continue on her plan to learn who Mr. Blue is, ready to activate her beacon when the time is right. Her employer also adds that her mission upon completion, if she survives, will be to attempt to recruit Marcus Mitchell into their forces. He tells Aurora not to kill the Lone Ranger, as his connection to the Death Ranger could be useful later on. She is tasked to lure him away while she makes contact with Marcus. She makes mention of the Lone Ranger, thinking that the Death Ranger was behind the death of his former team. Super secret spy shit is afoot. That night, Cal talks with Mamushi, who wants revenge on the GVA for putting him through all that monotony. Mamushi is pissed that Cal won't listen, and he has wasted so much time. Cal tells Mamushi some hard shit. His time is done. He has failed. He's now just a drop in the bucket of the centuries that he's lived. Mamushi vows to find a way to make Cal suffer for his choice before fading away for the night. We are now in the next day, in which Fred has already reached out to his friend Paul and his supervisor Luvinia. Cal has had a heart-to-heart with Mobius as well, getting them up to date and on board with the plans to ditch the GVA. Mobius talks Cal into reaching out to Wayland, and in doing so, they learn that Wayland has had his own plans to disrupt the GVA, by means of pulling strings to get Fred, Cal, and S42 in the same work district. The gang still plans to reach out to Abraham and a few others before they get to the point of no return. But will they have enough time with Ares more vigilant than ever? Who does Aurora, aka Thumbelina, work for? What will come of Aurora's meeting with Hades? Will Memushi find a way out of Cal's control? Or will Cal's new outlook on life be the thing that erases the Psycho Ranger forever? And with much of what Mr. Blue is promising to provide no longer needed, will his continued part in our story end up being a heroic one, or that of a villain's? Who all will survive in the race to the finish line? The OVA episode 8 starts now.
All right, Jay. I'd like to use a story point to reroll that pregnancy roll.
Stop it! Stop it!
That's gonna cost you like 20 points.
All right, it's worth it.
Worth
No.
it. Worth
No.
it. You don't want little.
You would
S-
deny me my
running
Kevin
around?
ending?
Listen, you will have plenty of chances to get her pregnant after we're out of here.
God.
A sentence I did
Iron
not
Claw
know.
Cal. No, I'm like- Cal just fucking beats the shit out of 42.
He would.
Another time. But I got.
That twink used to be a Psycho Ranger. I don't know if
Okay.
I would call him that a twink. That twink could kill you.
Yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with. I guess it depends. What are y'all more interested in, Hades or what 42 is gonna do? Unless Juan, you're fine with 42 just chilling with his coworkers and
That's
besides,
basically what he's doing while he's waiting for like, oh, this is what we're doing tonight. Or, like, yeah, he's already like filled them in, because they were already behind him 100%. There's no need to
True.
convince them. Remember?
I mean, I do have something that 42 needs to do, but I'm pretty sure most people just want to see who Hades is at this point. So, since Aurora wouldn't have much to do during her work week anyway, or work day, and she can basically do whatever the fuck she wants because she's a higher up undercover. We can either jump a little into the future and say this is at later at night, or Aurora could be at work. It's whatever you want to do, Lila.
We'll just time skip.
Okay. So
She's
this is
screening
at night
the YouTube and it's evolving.
after she gets home. So Aurora, we'll say after work, everything was pretty normal, nothing much changed or happened.
Mm-hmm.
You get home, and you being you, having your magic and stuff, now that I don't have to lie about it, you're not alone. You feel a presence in your apartment, but you can't see one.
Thumbelina goes, she says out loud, you don't really have to hide. I don't bite.
Being as magic as you are, and as in tune with yourself, you can feel your shadow being taken away from you. Your shadow changes into a silhouette of a man wearing a suit. Dark clouds hover over on the side of your door. A bit of darkness kind of fills the room, a coldness to it. The shape, like I said, a man in a suit, says, well, this is different, isn't it?
I would say that you kind of remind me of my ex-husband, but he's a little bit more warm than you are.
How dare you? I know who your ex-husband is, and I'm definitely not that trash.
Well, I tend to believe all men are like that until proven otherwise. With my track record, I can't really be too lax in that.
I completely understand entirely. It is a bit difficult when you're stronger than most people in the room, and most people in general.
I'm assuming you're Hades?
The one and only.
Your coloring's a lot different than I thought it would be.
Well, to be quite frank, I wasn't sure if I was going to fully reveal myself to you. V made it seem like you were a colorful character. No pun intended. But also, there's a bit of strangeness to you beyond the psycho malice that you have going on for you, and not to mention the power within you as well. But I think it's all the same. And coming out of your shadow, like he is coming out of the floor. And I'm gonna go ahead and before I drop the token down, so everybody can have their thing, I'm just gonna drop the art in reference art before I put the token down, so everybody can have their moment. Waiting for it.
Ugh.
There it is.
Please. Joe, you're not getting. Cal's not getting a fade to black. Baby.
So about Hades. For the listeners at home, Hades is Astarion from Baldur's Gate 3.
Cal
put the token
busts
up on the
into
screen.
Thumbelina's room.
So
Cal
funny,
immediately
funny.
busts.
Like a pit bull reaching for the last toddler on the playground.
Funny story about this. I had looked at several things, and I was looking for I was looking for like a guy in a suit that really had like this aura about him. And after going through Google, I saw this, but I didn't recognize it as a Starion at first. I saw the suit and like the poise and like the pose, and I was like, yeah, that kind of like that, and that's a Starion. But it's kind of funny because he's like the exact contrast of fucking Ares. Except for the hair
He
color.
really is. I mean, yeah, but he really is.
He's not racist.
God.
So the
Equal
man
opportunity.
the man in the suit, as he's coming out of the floor, out of your shadow changes back as he pops up into, himself as he stands before you.
How interesting. You know, I do have a question for you.
Yes.
Well, I have multiple, but this one's a little bit more. Eh. Did you come into your powers like V did? Or are you something a little bit more than what he is?
He kind of walks around your apartment, not too far, just kind of walks around. Well, I'm afraid it's a bit more complicated than that. I'd always had some sort of powers. It was just a little I think it got to be a little much. You see, I was always the kind of person that everyone might have looked down on if it wasn't for my dashing good looks. But I always wanted more than anyone could ever offer me. And over time, I grew to find exactly what I was looking for. Most people want to just have power, no matter what it is, and bend the world to their whim. For me, it was having a power that most people technically have, but it's more expensive their own personal self and what they choose to do with it. But having the power over life and death itself at a whim, cutting a thread, you could say, and really being the ultimate power.
So you're basically the god of death.
Well, I was. Until these monsters came and just took me away. I wasn't even doing anything. I was just sitting on my throne and had my subjects and everything, and I was being I would say, a pretty nice god. But no, it wasn't enough. They had to come in and just take me away, and then put me deep down as they could in this space and hold me hostage. The nerve of some people.
What does your power of seeing death give you? Just the ability to kill who you want? Or does it give you more insight into that person?
Well, over time, and generally having to know anything about everyone, I can see your entire life through your thread, the thread that spans your entire life, and see everything that happened to you. anything that potentially could happen, well, that's a little bit more blurry. It's not like I can see everything. I can see everything up to a particular point, and everything else, well, the future is unpredictable. So it's a little bit cloudy, but sometimes I can make accurate guesses when I have nothing better to do.
Oh, you must have had to sit through mine for a good while then.
Oh, 5 out of 10 at most. Yours seemed to drag on in a few places, and some of the characters were a little bit dull. But I guess the whole monarchy and having a tough man boss you around, it does kind of make up for it, especially what you did close at the end there. But unfortunately, well, like I said, it just dragged on and there was a lot of repetition. How many times do you have to give birth? It's a little unnecessary, and oh yes, I guess you could blame it on your husband and whatnot, but really, is he really the one to blame?
Do you know what it's like to be in a world ruled by men?
He kind of just looks at you. Well, technically, I am a man, but all the same, a bunch of men came and took me away and used me to make sure that all their people here stay nice and healthy and alive.
Yes, but do you know what it's like to only be valued by what you can bring to them? That the only value you have is how many boys you can push out of your uterus?
Oh, I don't have a uterus, so I can't say that I do.
Do you know what it's like to be told for thousand upon thousand years by your mother, your father, those on your team, and your husband that you're nothing more than just a machine to give him a child after child? And even though you give him exactly what he wanted, the one child that doesn't turn out how he wants, you're thrown away like a piece of trash. Now, as I progressed through my life, I realized that he was wrong, but it was too late. It doesn't really matter what you think because you did not live in my life. I had no choice but to give birth to those children because if I didn't, what happened to my sister would have happened to me. What happened to my mother would have happened to me. What happened to all the women in my family lineage would have happened to me. Now I did break the cycle, but unfortunately by the time I did that, it was too late for anything else to happen. There was no changing my world. It was already torn asunder by the men. So you can judge all you want. You can say that I had a choice. But you don't really have a choice when those in power see you no more than a breeding machine.
I do guess that's a little fair, but in judgment, when I saw the lives of all the people in my world and saw what they were doing, everything was such on a smaller scale. Getting access to a bunch of lives, their true lives beforehand, and seeing all of them, their lives, and the multiple lives of all of reality, I can't help but see a few repetitious things. And not even just that, it's also the fact that every version of them could make slight alterations and changes. So, at the end of the day, which is my job now, even you, someone as powerful as you are, you're nothing more than a number to me. You all are. To V, even, you're nothing more than a number. As much as he puts himself off, he has quite the ability. Imagine what he could do with such an ability far out there in the reaches of the multiverse. If he was brave enough to take that step. But who's to say what could happen? I would be fine. But V, I don't know. But like I said, no matter what you go through and your tribulations, your trials, your life, I've seen multiple instances of your life where things didn't happen. All equally real and not real, some slightly more entertaining. Very few people do get a 10 out of 10 from me, and one did. But for you, a simple 5 will do. Because with all your power, you can't touch me.
Why is it with all you men, you tend to think that a person's always after what you have, your power, your life? I'm not after that. I don't really care for it either. I mean, if you wanted to kill me, you could. I could do nothing about it. I don't care for that. I never really did. Quite hilarious, really. I just want the one thing that everyone needs in this life. Just a little bit more information.
And what information would that be?
What did you mean when you said that that even that that there was something off about me that did not include the pink Psycho Ranger?
Well, wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? Or should I say, weather girl? Then what exactly would I gain out of telling you this? After all, what can you give me?
Well, what do you want?
Honestly, I never thought I'd get this far in a conversation. Most of the higher ups that ever did talk to me, and the few that go down there, it's just do this, kill this person, make this person live longer, or do you need to catch back up and making sure no one's aging, or other medial things. I never thought I'd actually get a chance to represent my true feelings. But then again, I've always gotten what I've wanted, for the most part. Huh. Honestly, I can't tell you what I want.
Well, at least if you give me the information you're holding back whenever I die or you take me off this planet, it'd be a little bit more interesting to see what happens in the future.
True, but then again, maybe. Hmm. Uh, sure. Why not? Why not add a little chaos to the mix? 'Cause with what you are planning to do with your friends, I might have a very busy night ahead of me, and adding a little chaos could make it a little more interesting.
Of course.
So, what I meant, as he puts his index finger and his thumb on both hands together, and then mushes them together, and starts to pull a string from nowhere. String, pink in color, as he says, "Your life is a very interesting one. You've always had this issue of feeling things. Well, there's a reason for that. You weren't born wrong or something. Well, maybe you were born wrong. In your world, a lot of things exist, including magic. Well, on your level, it seems your soul is missing a few things, and that's what I meant by something is off about you. That's why you have such issues with emotions. Your soul isn't complete, and it never was finished."
Is there any way to fix this?
Potentially, a lot of things could be used. However, I must warn you that if you were to ever do this and ever attempt to complete yourself, you might find it a bit hard to cope with all these sudden feelings. We're not talking about just the ability to feel, we're talking about the very fabric of your being and feeling every emotion you should have felt your entire life. Every single one happening all at once. It could be overwhelming. It could, ironically enough, it could melt your brain. Isn't that funny?
Interesting. I always wondered what it was like to be able to tell whether you loved or hate somebody instead of just guessing if you did or not. Hmm, tragic, tragic, isn't it? I'll never know if I loved my sister or any of my children. I can guess and assume that I did, but I won't ever know. Was it love
You
I felt for them, or was it hate?
so you don't want to know
Know what? How
what
to
it
get
was
my
like.
emotions? Well, what was what what
What
was what?
you don't want to know what it's like to feel. It may take me a moment going back and reading through a few old books, dusting 'em off, but I could do it for you.
Can you truly miss something if you never ever had it?
Yes, you can.
How would you know?
As much as you've rabbled on about being a slave to man, men in particular, I know exactly what that's like. The only unfortunate thing is, I never got to kill him. And I miss the fact that I didn't get to kill him. And I never got it. I never had it. Never had the opportunity. And a few other things here and there that I never had that just knowing what I could have had, it is heartbreaking. Only slightly, though. But not being able to kill someone who used you for hundreds of years, it is quite tragic. But anyway, I could totally, hypothetically, giving some reading, help out your situation.
You say it would melt my mind. Does that mean that the machine that V created could also, perhaps, fix my soul?
I don't know if that will. See, for everyone else, and your friends included, depending on what universe they're from and what's present, more of a consciousness than a soul. It's interesting how worlds can do that to you, and different laws of physics can be applied in the presence of magical states. Now, they do have souls, all of them, but their soul wasn't fractured like yours. They weren't missing emotions, they were missing memories, things that they could hold on to. Uh, Yours is a whole entirely different situation. You have all your memories, you just need your soul to be fixed. And by doing that, like I said, all those emotions you felt and everything, your body and brain and soul are going to catch up. So you can be where you are now and all the lessons you could have learned by having those emotions. Everything that was owed to you. Unfortunately, it might come with a side effect of slightly turning your brain into mush. Uh, Maybe. Maybe slightly. Probably. How strong do you think your will is?
I'd say very.
Then I would think that perhaps you may. Oh, no. Wait a minute. I just considered a variable. A variable that might change your. depending on how things go, those emotions could reawaken your other side, your half that you've been neglecting all these years, your human side. The side that was left behind when you were broken apart and put back together to be a psycho ranger. It's not, well, it, it happened to your friends, and I think Cal is going through a very similar thing, but the dominance could be who you were before, and you, as you are now, could potentially fade away forever.
How interesting.
But you can always just overpower her and stay the way you are with your emotions and memories. But it's not just getting your memories back. You, as you are now, might decide that it's better to have her in charge with the memories. You may not be able to handle it. Psychos are usually based off of their emotions, and here you are, emotionless. I think this might be a bad idea. Or it's a great idea, and I'm a genius. Well, it can't be a bad idea, it's gotta be the good one. Because I am a genius.
It's not that I don't feel emotions. I just don't know what they are. I feel something welling up inside of me, but I don't know if it's hate, love, fear, anger. I don't know what that is because I can't describe it. I feel it, but I don't know what it is.
Well, it's all the same. You would finally have a decisive feeling, and every feeling that you weren't sure of, you would still have all at once. Like I said, I can do it with a little bit of a, how do I put this? How do you feel about deals?
And what would your deal entitle, Hades?
Well, let's just say I give you your memories back and everything works as planned, even if you die, or don't die, or perhaps if what I want requires you to live, I might be able to maybe put a little more effort and channel some of my own energy to make sure you do live no matter what and keep your string intact so you live even after your brain melts. But then again, you are a psycho ranger, so I may not need to do that. So once you live, now that I've remembered that your guaranteed success rate is higher than most, let's just say once you get your decisive feelings back, that maybe, just maybe, you do something for me.
What do you want me to do?
You see, up at Hyperforce, they have this thing of mine, a close possession, the very thing that's keeping me here. I don't want to be here anymore. And I plan, against his own judgment, taking V with me. Not that I like him or anything, he's so sad and so alone. It's pathetic. But back on track. You retrieve my personal object, the thing that ties me down, will be square. 100%. I give you your emotions back, you feel them, and then you go and get it for me. As a show of good faith. I wouldn't want you to risk your entire life not knowing what exact emotions feel like and how you should feel about things. So, as a show of my own good faith, I will allow you to get those things back before even retrieving the object for me.
And that's all I have to do? Retrieve this object?
It's as simple as that. Do I look like the kind of guy that would lie to you?
Yes.
You couldn't see it, but I did the fucking I did the fucking Trevor Wallace face that I send in the chat all the time. Well, that's rather rude. I come in here all shadowy. No, actually, no. That does. No, you're right. That would make me look very shady. Ha, shady.
I mean, let's be honest here. I kind of expected you to be a little bit more colorful. But there's one thing I like is knowledge. And mayhaps the knowledge of what emotions I feel can help me.
If you do this for me and you are successful, I'll add a little more something to sweeten the pot. You love knowledge. I have a massive library that spans the entire multiverse that would put the GVA's library to shame. And any other libraries, of course. Full of knowledge, full of things, history, people's lives, their variants, and all sorts of other things, even romantic comedies.
Are you talking about the one that V found you in?
My big, glorious mansion, yes. With the library intact. And lucky for you, my deals, unlike yours, are in writing. You can read it clear as day, and when you sign it, that's the deal that we have.
Am I somehow going to be forced into the position you are in now? I don't really think I'd be help with what the GVA wants from you.
Well, if Mr. Blue has his way, then there won't be anything left. And you can take the library with you. I was going to take it with me, but building up a new collection would be really fun. So I'll give it to you, and you can take it everywhere you go.
I would like to see the contract before I make any deals.
Like I said, it's fully readable. While I write this contract, magic pen and paper, big frilly feather pen and, paper pop up. Let's go over exactly what we're getting here. I give you your ability by fixing your soul to feel and tell what emotions you're currently feeling and decide between the two of everything you miss because that is what's going to happen. And after you survive and everything included, you go get my personal object so I can be set free. And upon your success of returning said object, you can have my entire massive library.
Sure, why not?
He finishes writing down, and you can read it word for word as I just said right here before you sign.
Okay.
So you go to read it, roll me perception.
Okay, Aurora.
I love this smarmy little asshole so much.
Show him the cube.
Yeah, just give him a cube and then he'll be like, oh, deal's off. I'll just take this and you can have your soul back.
It's not.
Fuck!
Like, depending on now, okay,
Ah,
listen,
fuck!
Lila, you can still make your own choice on not signing it, whether you see what's on it or not.
I know, but Thumbelina's a curious bitch.
She thought she understood it a little bit, understood it better, and then she was just like, okay, yeah, there's actually nothing wrong with this.
Ah, fuck, Thumbelina, you dumb, curious bitch.
I mean, it's not like this is Elila's main character anyway. It's a little chaos in the
Yeah.
mixture.
I
And
still don't.
besides,
She's still got.
y'all don't know what's on there. I could just be fucking with her at this point.
That
He
isn't a
could be.
Starian thing to do.
But
God.
I only let her roll it so that way she could comprehensively read it and say that she did, and to maybe discover something. I'm not going to reveal if there is anything on there or not, but I mean, come on. I'm a very gentle DM, and this isn't even her main character anyway. I let
Just
y'all
Aurora
re-roll enough
ripped
to
to
save
shreds.
42. I should have said, nah, fuck it. Javier gets it, and y'all fucked up, but I'll let y'all do that. Makes you think I'm going to pull some shady shit now.
Fair enough.
So are you
Okay.
set? So that was your last roll. So I'm going to read it
Yeah.
as she read it, and she was like, huh, okay. Read it again, said, oh, okay, yeah, this is pretty solid. And it was just like, yep, nothing's wrong with it. So do you sign it, though, is the question.
Yes, Thumbelina's gonna sign it because he's just curious, dumb bitch.
So as you finish citing it, it rolls up and vanishes along with the big frilly feather pen. As he says, "Well, that's quite marvelous. Now comes the fun part. Uh, you don't have to be next to me when I do this. I'm going to be messing with your thread of your soul and life, and I'm going to patch up the loose threads to fully complete you. I will be observing you to make sure you don't die. Well, you might turn into a puddle of viscera with nothing but your skeleton left, but hopefully the electric bills get paid and your lights come back on. But we'll see how that goes. But I suggest lying down somewhere with something you don't mind getting messy, perhaps probably in the shower."
Damn, she got warning. Got like plastic sheets so she can Dexter up her room.
Yeah, Cal just had to deal with it.
I'll go down to my big glorious mansion and go through my books. And
Jay's glorious mansion.
I'll give you a heads up when I think I'm ready so you can be prepared. I guess it depends though. Do you want to see things out the way that the path that y'all are on now and not have your emotions in case you have to make hard choices? Or would you like them back now?
Hmm? Is there a time limit to me getting your object from Hyperforce?
I know you're going to be busy, so if you choose to do it now, I understand you have to help your friends and whatnot and do the thing and have Mr. Blue show up and all of that. I'm not an absolute monster. However, once that is all cleared up and you are free to move and do what you wish, regardless of what stance you take, if you leave with your Lord and Savior, it doesn't matter. Wherever you go, the clock will start ticking. I don't wish to be here any longer than I have to be. But I'm very lenient. I guess you could consider me a good partner in this little deal that we've signed. I'll let you know when the clock is started, wherever it is you go. I don't have to meet you either. You'll feel it down in your soul. I'll tug at your string and pluck it like a cord. You'll know it's me, and you'll know the clock is ticking.
Well, we might as well go ahead and get this over.
Say no more. As he starts to disappear into the floor. I'll catch up with you soon. And he's gone.
Oh my gosh.
So we're taking Hades and V with us.
No, you're not.
I mean, fucking Thumbelina doesn't have a choice.
Hades and V are going off on their own excellent adventure.
God, power couple from hell.
Okay. We'll catch up with the Roars bit here in a second. Who's talking to Abe? Fred?
You know what? I'll take one for the team. I'll talk to him.
I don't. Okay, so y'all want to team up on Abe? Is that what y'all are gonna do? Like Cal and Fred? Maybe 42 if he wants to come? Are y'all gonna talk to Abe at lunch?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say y'all meet at lunch. I'm not gonna take y'all to lunch, and we're just gonna put y'all on the map with Abe, and y'all can. So y'all meet at lunch. What do y'all talk about?
I'm gonna shake Mobius' hand and tell him that I've always wanted to have a conversation with him. Always.
Jesus, brain rot.
You've known me for like years. Why haven't you? Centuries.
I don't know, man. Hey, your paperwork always comes in pristine, so I kind of was mad at you at first because it gave me nothing to do. Actually, your paperwork actually isn't pristine. I don't know why I made that up.
42. I will allow you to bring one of your teammates with you since Mobius is here.
You know what? One of my teammates. You know, I gotta have my baby boy Klaus.
All right, Klaus. That's what I thought you were gonna pick. All right.
But I tell Cal, like, I spoke with Lavinia and I spoke with Polly, and it was really scary, and I didn't really, I had trouble getting the words out properly, but I think Abe is a good person. He should be able to listen to reason.
I agree. Also, we talked to Waylon. He's on board, it seems.
Look, if y'all got Wayland on board, then the rest of this should be easy. I mean, I wouldn't have even thought to even talk to him. He scares me.
Well, I learned some stuff about a connection that he and I had at the beginning, and figured I could use that to maybe get my foot in the door, and it worked.
Do we have any information to get the foot in the door with Abraham? Well, we know that he wants to make a real positive change. And
Yeah.
so maybe that's the route we need to take. Is change isn't really going to happen with people like Ares in charge. So he needs to just... I don't know about you guys, but try not to look too intimidating. S42 and Klaus. It's like the first time I've actually ever talked to Klaus.
You can't understand Klaus, though. Whenever either 42's got to translate, because all you're going to get is hand movements and body language. So you say that, and Klaus just kind of leans on you. It's just like, you.
I mean, Cal and Mobius mostly understand Klaus, having worked with them
Mostly,
for so
yeah.
long. We mostly understand him, but
Abe's looking like he's not gonna join, and Klaus is just like, "Do I?" It makes like emotions like, "Do I take the shot?" And I'm like, "Hold on, Klaus, not yet."
At least this time we do have that sort of backup plan if it does go south.
Right?
so we're just gonna murder Abe in his office.
If he doesn't come
It depends
quietly,
on it depends on what happens.
nah, he'll be all right. Knock knock. Let's do this, guys. Let's do it, guys. Back into action.
And y'all are all outside of his office. And Fred, you knock.
Yes, can you? Yes.
Okay, so you knock. Come in.
Hello, Mr. Abraham. We have something important we would like to talk to you about.
He
This
gets
is a
up.
weird. This is a weird fucking group of people. By the way.
Yeah.
This is
Hold
a really bizarre group of people.
He gets up, and he looks very shocked. Is something going on? Did I miss something here? Why are you all here? I don't understand.
I look to Cal. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's been a lot of shit going on. I know that you know about the whole, like, there's been people saying shit about, like, how the GVA is fake and it's a lie and everything, you know? Which is why Ares is, like, up our asses like he is.
That people are waking up with memories of former lives before existence here at the GVA.
Yes. What about it?
And we all know that, like, you want to make a really, like, a positive change and you want to, like, fix stuff that's going on here. You see the cracks, you see what's not working, and you question it, right?
What's going on? It seems like you're really beating around the bush to something, and I'd rather you just tell me than drag this out like you are.
Okay. You want me to be direct? I'll be direct. We're leaving. And we want you to
Retirement.
come with us. No. We got contacted. Some of us did. By this guy. That's been, like, getting people their memories back and shit. Some of us got our memories back. We want to leave.
I see.
We want to change stuff here, but we're all kind of in agreement that shit's not going to change while we're here. Otherwise, it would have already been fixed. But the powers that be like it broken because it works better for them that way. You want to fix shit, and I think you know that deep down, sticking around, there's not going to be a whole lot of change happen because the powers that be are going to make sure it stays broken. If you come with us, we can maybe fix things better.
He sits down, takes his glasses off, closes his hands together, and leans into them as the tears start to shed down his face. I know. I've always known. My spending the life that I've gotten now. It's heartbreaking. I've known for a while nothing would change. Threats to my name, my life. But I kept going. I don't even care to know my old life. I'm just sad that what I knew to be true is coming to fruition. They won't let change happen here. Not this way. Been living a lie this whole time, persisting. Giving people hope for something I knew wasn't going to happen. Trying my best. We could do so much good here. I don't know how any of this happened, and I don't know why they made these choices. But if we have to take the fight to them, if that's what we're going towards, if the plan is to leave or even just build something better, I may have failed here, but there's always another door, isn't there? In life, in anything. I'm just sad that I'm probably going to let a lot of people down.
I walk up and I tell him, I say, "Sir, you say that you were spreading sort of a false hope, but in doing so, we saw that you were one of the good individuals that are here, and that's why we're coming to you. So everything you fought for, it wasn't for nothing, because it showed us who you are deep down. And I think that like I think where you're going, with this is, if you come with us, if we find something else, something better, you can put your leadership skills and your good heart to use somewhere else, somewhere worthy of people like us."
And excuse me, but are we just going to go in on our own? Or is who's going to, I guess, lead us in this time, this trial?
So, like I said, we have a man on the outside, and we've got a bit of a plan. Though, I'm gonna be quite honest. Once we get there, we're gonna be kind of flying in the dark until we get the fuck out. But right now, game plan is we contact his name's Mr. Blue. We contact Mr. Blue and let him know, hey, we've got everyone we want together. Let's go. We go to the archives, we dig some shit up, because what he wants to do is take the information we find and send it out. That way people are aware of the shit that's going on here. That way they can't hide. They can't cover it up. And then, like you said, I think we're taking the fight to them.
And we can trust this man.
So far, he's been relatively upfront, but I always take everything with a grain of salt.
It's a little bit of a leap of faith, sir.
But it kind of has to be.
Well, I've had plenty of those in my time. Maybe more in my old life. Who else is in on this?
Cal just lists everyone else that's involved.
You
The
really
whole
have.
Omega Squad, Wayland, Polly, Lavinia.
You
and
really have.
Aurora.
You really have gathered quite the team. Wayland is a man I've always looked up to. Even before I came to this sector, I had heard of how much he was doing. To have him on your side it gives me more hope. So I guess the only thing I have to ask is when.
I look at Cal and I'm like, when are we going to raid the archives?
Well, I think we've got everyone we want. I would like to maybe try to talk to Levy, but he's the
Well-
last person on the list I can think of.
What about Oscar and Frank and
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would go over with them.
I looked at Levy at that big meeting and he looked like he was in pretty rough shape. And the
Yeah.
stuff he was talking about in front of the higher ups, he could and remember that paperwork we saw in the upside down.
Are y'all saying this all out loud? Like in
Yeah,
character?
I'm talking to Cal.
Ooh. Oh god.
Oh shit, that's not good. Is that bad? Fuck. Well, anyway, we've got some stuff that we got to do, and when it comes down to it, we're gonna we'll let everybody know on their CADs, and we've got to come up with some sort of meeting place and jump point. But we've got some more steps to take before we can let everyone know when the actual time is.
Cal, did you tell Mobius about IT? Can't remember.
I told Mobius. Mobius is the only person I told everything to, except for
Okay.
the.
That's what I thought.
Actually,
So,
you know what? He mentioned the Aurora stuff. Mobius knows about Aurora.
We honestly should be warning people about that.
Yeah,
So-
Cal told Mobius literally everything.
So
keep your guard
Mobi-
up around her.
Mobius is gonna. Why don't we just go down to IT? No one's gonna be able to see us there. The cameras don't work, and there's no one down there. Just like you said. I think it's the perfect place.
Let me go and talk to V before anybody does that. I don't know how he'd feel about a whole bunch of people showing up. He's kind of particular. I mean, he's lonely and stuff, but he also just, he's skittish about company.
All right, fair enough. I guess you can go do that.
I can go do that now if y'all want me to.
Klaus is just gonna give you a thumbs up. I guess we all must go our separate ways for now. Staying in here for too long might raise suspicion. Just alert me, and I'll do what I can to help. Waylon, if he's on your team, may have already offered his services, but I too can help you get into the archives with my clearance.
That would be very helpful.
I guess I'll see you then. He goes to say something, and he turns around and he just kind of, why not? If once,
Then always.
See, we can still use it. We can just make it better. I mean, people throughout history in the multiverse claim back things that were stolen from them by bad people. I mean, a lot of people associate the swastika with Nazis in the multiverse, but it's actually very deep and religious. Fuck those guys. They're a bunch of fucking assholes using something they don't understand.
Taking back the swastika.
No.
Oh, well, hold on. I get the sentiment.
Cal does want to hang behind just for a minute after everyone steps out.
Okay. Seriously though, fuck Nazis. Hate those guys.
Oh yeah,
But you
no,
gotta
agree.
admit, their outfit was kind of drippy.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, S42, do you want to come with me to go talk to V?
Yeah, why not?
Klaus
Gotta
just
go.
grabs your shoulder, like, "Are you sure about that, boss?" Like he's a secret agent about to protect the president.
We've seen him multiple times. Why not?
He says, "Okay," and he lets you go.
All
All right,
right.
Cal, what did you want to do in Abe's office?
Okay, remind me, what is Abe again? He's the overseer?
He's the overseer. He's your like main first boss. It's basic bitches, workers, sentries, analysts, data entry, overseer, judge 1, judge 2, judge 3.
And Waylon is
Judge
judge
3.
with Abe's clearance and knowledge. He said he has access to the archives.
Yes, he's an overseer.
Could I ask a favor of you?
Sure, why not?
Just because of curiosity, for curiosity's sake. You could look up universe designations and stuff, yeah?
Yes, I can.
And does it have to be that, like, so when you're searching for that, can you search using keywords regarding that designation if you don't know the designation?
Cal, you have a bad habit of not just asking a question.
Can you look up whether a designation still exists for me?
Yes, very easily.
Lord Mamushi would be the keywords to use. That'll get you what. That should get it for you.
Well, I can do that from my computer. I don't have to go to the archives directly. I can access the archives from my computer and do that. However, it might take a minute, but I could have the answer to you probably at some point and send it to you or tell you in person, depending on your preference.
It'd probably be better to tell me in person.
Lord Mamushi. I will see what I can find. Very rarely, but sometimes things are limited to the archives, but I don't think that should, anyways. But I'll do my best.
Thank you. And Cal's gonna leave.
All right, we're jumping down to IT real quick.
Hey, while I have you here in the elevator, I need to talk.
Me.
I need to tell you something, S42.
Yeah, what is it, Fred?
I got laid yesterday. or
Yes.
today.
Lavinia?
And I could see that there was a change in your eyes, and it's the same change that I saw in the mirror. No, I'm not really saying this. Okay, let's go find V.
Okay.
All right, so what are y'all doing?
Hope not delusion.
V, it's Fred and S42. We need to talk to you about something and ask you a question.
He appears before you.
Holy shit, that scares me every time.
Yeah, what's up? What do you guys need?
You remember when we were talking earlier and you told us to seek out the good apples and you told us that like love can transcend space-time, reality and all that? Well, we have talked to I've talked to my friend Paul and my my fiance and S42's talked to his team, and we've been gathering up who we think are the best of the best, and we need somewhere safe to put these people. And there's been some talk that maybe we can bring them to IT, but before we did that, I wanted to come and get your blessing or just ask for your permission.
Look, if you guys trust them and you believe they're good, that's really enough for me. I mean, what are they gonna do? All I have to do is throw them in a box and turn them into paste.
That's right. Yeah. If they do anything out of line, you can
But
just.
I'm gonna trust you guys on this one, okay? Look, it'll be fine. At least I'm sure it's gonna be fine. Just don't stay down here for too long, all right?
Can we take one last ride down the surfing slide?
To the
Do you-
beach.
Do you really want to? And I mean, I'll do it. I just want to make sure that's what you really want.
Well, chances are we're not coming back, and that was awesome. So yeah, one last time.
All right. And then now both of you are falling. Fred tries to kill him. My balls are emptied. I'm stronger now. Fred has a D20 in strength.
Fred can't swim.
I
I'm
throw.
princess carrying him while surfing on my feet.
No. Yeah, it doesn't matter that I'm strong. I can't swim.
So y'all are falling, you're falling, and then you see the tunnel. It turns to a tunnel. You're sliding around.
Wait.
There's
Before
water.
we get to the tunnel, I want to throw S42 into the wall.
Okay.
Get him back for doing it to me.
All right. So
That's
y'all are
42
falling.
is a hunk of muscle. I don't think you can do
How
that.
many times do I have to say balls emptied for you to
For you to
Oh my
understand
God!
his
Fuck.
newfound power.
Do you not understand?
This is the power he was always destined to have. Post nut clarity. He's not afraid anymore. And if he ever does get full balls, whatever's in his way is between him and 3 redheads and emptying them. God help that man.
It's like Aurora's getting her soul back. S42 got his memories back, and Fred
Got his balls emptied.
Okay, we're going through the tunnel. Ah!
Yep, y'all are falling through the tunnel. It's a big circular, like one of those big playground, like water park tunnels. It's got water in it. Y'all are sliding around. You're having a good time, and you see the light coming at the end of the tunnel. Yes, I splash into the water. But this time there are floaty stuff at the end, so Fred doesn't have to drown.
I got like a rubber, like a duck, like a floaty duck around my waist. And I'm dog paddling.
And then on the beach at the end, there is an elevator, kind of like the Wonkavator, where it's like glass and it goes in like all the directions.
Oh, that's cool.
And on the inside, it's got a dryer button, like the dryer button from the little shacks.
I'll start hitting the button a bunch of times.
Oh God, your balls are glowing, glowing green.
All right, I go. All right, S42. We need to contact everybody that we've already contacted, and tell them how to get to floor -5.
I would not do that over a cat. I feel like y'all should just tell them in person.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not texting.
No, I didn't.
I'm going.
Yeah,
to
we
meet them.
gotta grab each one of them and tell them
So-
how to do it.
Y'all take the elevator once y'all get in and dry yourselves off. Takes you back up to this floor of IT, and V's like, "There, you happy? And this time you didn't have to almost drown."
Can I hug you? I'm
Sure,
gonna
go
hug
ahead.
you. Do I go through him, like phase through him?
No, he's just like his arms are up and he's just like a little weird.
We do a group hug.
I hug both of them together.
Yeah, group hug. And then I go, oh, and I kind of realize what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't know why I did that.
Well, the slide was fun. How do y'all feel about going back in the elevator?
One last time for old time's sake.
No, we don't. We're running out of. No, yeah.
Before he can say anything, he just throws us in.
Ah!
So
I throw Fred
Wait,
against the wall.
Is there a way that you can make it to where the slide has us shoot out in, like, we just appear in the elevator at the end of the slide?
That would be fucking cool.
is that what you really want? Is that what you want me to do? Put a slide.
But without the momentum of like us getting our faces smashed into like the walls.
Yes, I can do it, and yes, you can go, and y'all are falling.
Yeah. We're high-fiving as we're
Yeah.
falling.
And then y'all hit the slide, and at the end of the slide, y'all just plop down on the elevator perfectly fine as it moves up to the top floor. And the door opens, and y'all are back in the GVA. Now,
Okay.
we jump to... So after all this, before we jump to Aurora, we are getting close to the point of no return.
Cool.
So I'm going to jump to Aurora. We're going to get this out of the way. So by the time it's nighttime and you all meet up, it's done.
Right.
However, y'all don't have to do the deed this night. There is no rush. But if there's anything you would like to do before the day is over and you go to the next day, you need to let me know now. Like literally right now, tell me. So it's
42's
said.
gonna get his balls empty one last time in case he doesn't make it.
All right, noted. Done. Cool.
Fred, yeah,
Cal would like to try to track down Levy.
Okay, noted. All right. Fred, you balls emptied again? Yeah.
yes. And I also just want to make sure that I tell, we actually physically get in front of the people and tell them how to get to the ITs.
Okay. To make it simple, anyone y'all need to tell about how to get to IT, you can even call Luke, Aurora, and say anyone. Just go in person, let them know how to come to the book club,
Yes.
and you all tell your individual people. They are all aware, so that way it speeds things up, and there's a little less role play of y'all speaking to every individual person. So you all do that. So we're gonna go ahead and do the levy thing real quick, so that way that's done, and then we can just jump to this evening. Aurora, we find the apartment. You
Yeah.
feel a tug at your soul.
Interesting.
This tug gives you the feeling of it's almost time.
She's gonna sit down in her chair.
So you sit down in your chair. You feel more tugs at your soul. It starts to weigh on you heavy as your body starts to go numb. You can kind of visualize it. You see your soul. You see who you are as like a giant sewing needle and some thread. The holes start to get patched, woving everything together, nice and neat, as it starts to complete itself. Once all the holes are patched up, a shock wave shoots over you, as the threads used to bind it are now disappeared and your soul is whole. You start to undergo something, a change in your mind. Your brain starts to process things as you start from the very beginning. You start to remember everything that you already know. You already remember this stuff. But now, every time you were unsure, didn't know what to feel, you're starting to get direct answers, solid direct answers. Sadness, anger, happiness, just continuously. Like, not exactly, but like sad, happy, anger, sad. It's just stacking up on you. You're changing through them at a rapid pace as you're going through all these memories, seeing all the emotions happening, and you're feeling them all at once, bouncing back and forth between every possible and conceivable emotion, and not just feeling the emotions, but in response to what happened to you in every instance. You're not just learning how to feel these things or getting a decisive answer. When I say sad, happy, anger, sad, each piece of those, each word of those is comprised of everything that happened in that moment. Your every thought now finally summed up into what you should have felt or what you decided to feel. You have that decisive answer, and it's starting to massively overwhelm you as you're not even through half of your life and you're starting to feel yourself break down. You fall out of your chair as you start to waver under the weight of every single one of these emotions hitting you. It's like you're being shot by a machine gun firing a bullet a second or a millisecond, and they're just wailing you, not piercing you, but just constantly hitting you with their force. You're being weighed down by gravity as you can't seem to control yourself, as your face is even unsure of what to do because of all these emotions shifting through. You're constantly pouring tears. You constantly look pissed off. You also kind of look sad. Your whole body is trembling under the weight of all those emotions and what they meant and what response they meant to. And your brain starts to melt. You can't take it. But in response, being a psycho ranger as you are, as you start to be overwhelmed by all these motions, your body starts to fall apart. Your skin just starts to fall off your bones, taking all of it with it, just shedding off. Muscle starts to unweave and just drop like dried beef jerky. Your organs just plop, steaming with all the warmth that was trapped inside of you. Your blood pouring out all over the floor as you stumble around till you are nothing but bone, and then you drop. And then the lights get kicked back on because the bills got paid. So The inside of your lifeless skull and its dark, hollow eyes, two pink dots light up. As Aurora comes back to her consciousness, as she stumbles through the dark, as her body, her muscles, her skin, her organs, her eyes, as she's stumbling around, how and where do you think she would stumble to in these moments? Describe her as she's getting up, skin or just skeleton as everything starts to come back.
Are you talking about like what person she would meet at this time to be kind of like a
Now just describe where you think how Aurora Thumbelina would start to move as she gets up, as she regrows herself. Cal went to the bathroom and saw himself come back before his eyes, but different. Where would Thumbelina just grab a hold of something and wait until her body's back to normal? Or would she just stumble around in the darkness, or would she try to find a certain place in her apartment?
she would just lay there.
She just lays there as her body comes back. So as you lay there, eventually the light coming back as your eyes are reformed, you are back. But it's not that simple. You have a slight problem. Even after the light comes back, you are thrown immediately into darkness. As the new emotion, knowing what to feel and how to feel and process these emotions, this new Thumbelina is here. The old, unsure, kind of heartless and cold, old Thumbelina is standing against her. Only one of you is going to exist. This could end up being a Cal situation, depending on who is the voice in the back of the head, or one of you could successfully throw the other one into the darkness. Unlike 42, though, unless one of you is willing to go willingly, like Charlie was, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. Aurora would be the Thumbelina that knows her emotions now, that can understand how she was supposed to feel. Thumbelina will be Thumbelina, who she really was, the one without the emotion feeling.
Can we switch that around?
Sure, I don't care.
Okay. All right. So Aurora is past, Thumbelina is future. Okay. Well, how interesting. That was Aurora. Thumbelina looks at her. We are a monster. Our sister would have killed us if she saw the things we did. Our sister died because she was weak. And we are not that. Why should I let you stay? Thumbelina looks at Aurora and says, you are a monster. You've killed thousands. You don't even mourn or care. You didn't hate them. You didn't love them. You don't even know what the hell you felt, but I do. I know what we felt. I know all these things, and we're a monster. You are a monster. You killed Luis. Aurora responds back. I did what had to be done. Being merciful, being helpless was never an option for us. The way our sister did things did not get anything done. But I did. Luis did not have to suffer anymore. Nobody in our world had us suffer anymore. We made sure of that. Just because you think with your heart now doesn't mean I can't think with my brain. Though I guess curiosity did kill the cat. I should have known better than to figure out what emotions were. It is what killed her sister, after all. Thumbelina responds back to Aurora. Our sister died so we didn't have to. Our mother wasn't going to do it for us. Our father was not going to do that for us. We were supposed to be what she was going to be because she died for us. She died so that we could continue on her legacy. And you wasted that away. You became nothing but the very thing she would despise, the very thing that you despise. Do you really think that matters? Our sister died because she wasn't ruthless enough. Our sister died because she cared too much. Caring is a weakness. Truly, I think you might be more useless than I thought. Caring doesn't make you weak. Caring helps you find those who love you, help you through times where everything seems hopeless. Even now, you have friends. Why do you think our sister was able to continue on because she knew what love was, because she cared. Our sister was able to continue on because she saw a future on our world. She saw a future where women and men were at equal standards, where those who were below and lower class had the same privileges as the rich. She was working on change. And what did you do when you had a place where you could have made changes? You submitted. And you sat there and you let them do whatever they please to you, to our family, to all those who are like us. I'm not weak because I can feel. Actually, I don't think I'm weak at all. Aurora responds back. I was weak because I was trying to be our sister. She was weak. I did what needed to be done. There was no saving our world. There is no saving our world. Thumbelina laughs. How can you save a world that's been turned to ash? You didn't even give it a chance, a moment to sink in after our husband was murdered. You just burnt everything to the ground. Because you saw no reason to make an effort to save them. No effort to kill those in charge and place them with people who could have made change, with people like us, to the commoners. No. You chose to punish everyone there because of those who made you feel weak. You are weak, Aurora. You are the one who does not know how to change people, how to get them on your side, because you wouldn't know the first thing of what hope or love or anything else is. Aurora looks at Thumbelina. I'll let you go this time. But I will always be in the back of your head, waiting for you to fail. And when you do, and when you need my help, I will graciously give it to you. But don't expect to ever come back. And then that concludes that.
Okay, so we have two ways we can do this, but it seems like you decided in the roleplay yourself, which I'm always for, that old Thumbelina or Aurora. So it's the old version that's going to take a seat back, and the new one with emotions is going to take control. Is that the way I read that?
Yes, it was.
Okay, so I'm fine with that. I don't have a problem with that. For me, you role played it really well. So I was, depending on how this conversation went, I was going to have you do some roles for each of them. But if she's going to step back and that's fully in character, that's fine. But you said that, yeah, waiting in the shadows, which could be a problem for later, but that's fine. So you successfully have your emotions and are now, you have all that and everything is looking pretty good for you. I will say so myself. Uh, so with that being done, you wake up on the floor, your vision coming back to you, and you have all of your emotions, and you know how to actively know how to feel about things now. And you succeeded. Round of applause for Thumbelina for stiffing your ground.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah, amazing shit. I love it when things come out in a good way. We're gonna jump to the Levy thing real quick. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Cal, how are you gonna try to find Levy or see about him?
Okay. First, let me just say, Cal and Thumbelina can bond over the evil voices in their head. Now they can start actually being friends.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all had a lot in common already. already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we already had a lot
We're
in
just
common,
waiting for
but
that
like
last thing.
where Cal genuinely is like, I want to be your friend. Aurora was like, I'm playing with you, and now it's like, ha, we could be friends.
Here's the thing,
Anyways.
though. Also, old Thumbelina was like, oh, you know what? I did also make a really shady deal, so have fun dealing with that.
That's fair. And I mean, we'll deal with that when we deal with it.
God.
Because now at least Thumbelina isn't gonna have to deal with that on her own, probably.
All right. So how are you gonna go about doing this Levy thing?
Well, I mean, it's just a normal day in the office for the most part, right?
Yes, it is.
Does Cal have an idea of where Levy's office is?
I mean, it's on the same floor as yours.
Yeah, Cal's gonna
So,
try to find Cal's gonna find his office at least.
okay. Let's take it here.
Bow 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 bow.
So Levy's office with his partner would have been the one at the bottom corner.
Would have been. Oh no, I don't like that you said that.
Well, I'll say would have been is like your memory. You know, he doesn't have a partner, so maybe they gave him a smaller office for the time being.
Bow 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 bow. Knock knock.
There's no answer.
He tries the door handle.
It's locked.
Stops for a minute. Thinking. I can't believe I'm doing this. Knock knock.
Come on in.
Cal opens the door.
You are you lost?
Listen, I'm only here to bug you for a second. Do you know where Levy is?
I can't. Levy. Levy. And fuck. Elsie is gonna pop up. He was the guy that was always on the smoking thing. Blonde hair, glasses, everything. Ah, yes, Levy. I know Levy. No, I haven't seen him.
Like, just haven't seen him today, or...
Don't think I saw him yesterday either, but definitely not today.
Cool. Got it.
Shuts the door and leaves.
Fuck.
There's like like with most offices, I imagine there's like a list of everybody's emails and stuff.
Sure, yes.
Because that's how it was with Burke. Like you could search up the like the person's email and like everything in the system for the emailing system. So he's gonna search up Levy's email address.
It's not there.
He's gonna try one more time to make sure he spelled it right.
No results.
God damn it. Damn.
Hmm.
You don't know for sure. You can always ask anyone else that might actually have that information.
Hmm. Who else would know?
I don't know.
Waylon?
Maybe your fucking bosses.
Yeah, I answered the question for me myself. I said Waylon. I said Waylon as soon as I said who. Cal's gonna mosey on over to the elevator. Gonna go see Mr. Big Boss.
You go up in there, and the receptionist looks at you.
Is Waylon busy?
Goes to their phone. Hey, Waylon, you got Mr. Cal here again? Okay. Hangs up the phone. Yeah, you can go on in.
Barp, barp, barp. Wait, is this all the same day?
Yes.
So it's just been a few hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, sorry to bother you again, but, do you know what happened to Levy?
He kind of. Usually, even if things were different, I would probably not tell you the full story. But things are going on, and they believe me to be a good candidate to join Hyperforce, so I was given the disclosure of knowing a lie. The lie being that Levy was in works with Mr. Blue. But if he was, then Mr. Blue would have told you. And Levy probably would have been with you the whole time throughout the entire thing. Cal, I'm not going to sugarcoat this in any shape or form.
He got pruned, didn't he?
He's gone, yes. The story they want me to tell everybody is that he went ahead and took an early retirement. They offered it to him, giving everything that happened, and he himself was struggling with the events that he saw on K-12. But that's not true. That's not what happened. He's gone. He meddled around for too long. And given the circumstances of everything, they couldn't afford to have it get worse. I'm sorry, Cal.
I'm sorry, too.
We just have to make it count for something.
So many lives just
And Cal snaps.
gone. All because someone decides it's too inconvenient.
That's why we're going to do something about it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
Is there anything else that you needed? I guess I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Next day or two, probably.
We've already told him about the -5 IT room stuff, right? That was like in the blanket state.
We can say that Cal did it in this moment.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do before we go to nighttime? Nighttime where Thumbelina had her whole thing going on. Is there anything anyone else would like to do before we head to the nighttime? Obviously, y'all are not doing any. Y'all probably aren't going to do anything tonight. I don't think, unless y'all want to do something.
I think we all deserve a good night's rest before shit hits the fan.
Me as James likes Oscar and Frank, but Fred doesn't know them good enough to entrust them with what's happening. So I don't know how to navigate that.
I mean, here's the thing. It's not like we're fucking killing everyone.
We could always come back and liberate. I don't trust it, but I don't know them that well.
Look, ain't like y'all going to come back and exterminate anyone who stay behind. Y'all are only going to fight those who wish to keep this oppressive grip on everything.
They're not there yet. So I'm gonna leave.
They're just innocent bystanders in all this. Like that's what I mean. Like we're not killing everyone. We're not fucking like Thanos snapping everyone at the GVA.
Okay.
We're just taking down the assholes that are.
Okay, that's a good reminder. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is why I haven't been too super worried about that. And that's another reason why I wasn't gonna like try to recruit Praxis and Elsie. Like Cal, Praxis pisses Cal off, but he doesn't wish death on him.
Yeah. All right. So everybody's done for the day, right?
Would Thumbelina like to make a visit to anyone after her nightmare fuel?
No, she's good. She's processing.
I like the idea of her just like letting her room be fucked. She's like, I'm not gonna be in this room much longer.
Actually, yeah, that's what she's gonna do. That's exactly what she's gonna do.
Okay.
She's gonna fucking leave it.
All right.
She ain't gonna be here.
Throw a blanket over it.
Because
that's someone else's problem.
All right. Everyone needs to be in their rooms.
Okay, cool. Yep. God, Cal, similarly to me, Cal is having a lot of emotions right now about, like, it's almost the end.
Shota, can you DM for this part?
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay. All right. So late at night. 42.
Yes.
You can't help if someone's trying to wake you up.
All right. I get up.
So you start to open your eye. You start to open your eyes.
Oh my god! J-Man, you wouldn't do this late in the game, would you?
Well. You really think? I mean, all that training and for what? For nothing. You see, very simple tactic of keeping your microphone on your CAD the entire time you were away. Recording everything you did. Even down where we couldn't hear it. As soon as you came back up, it sent everything we needed to know. How does it feel to betray the very thing you were trained for? And before you try anything, I'm not stupid. I'm not alone.
Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
And for a bigger sense of betrayal, since you are so fond of it, I got a little surprise for you. And he snaps his fingers as Klaus walks in fully morphed and points his rifle at you. You really can't think that someone like him would not be so mendable. So what are you going to do? Or better yet, what are you prepared to do?
Guess I'll just fucking die. I really don't know what I can do in this situation.
We're not going to kill you yet. You're bait, boy. You're bait. And unfortunately, there is no Omega Squad to help you no more.
What?
What do you mean by that?
I think you know damn well what I mean, son. I can't take it seriously. I hear Joe screaming in the background.
Is that what I hear in the back of your mic?
Yes!
Dude, oh my god, I might as well be the same way. Like I'm internally screaming. Oh god.
So come on now, get up. Let's get going. Your friends will have quite the surprise to wake up to in the morning. Whatever it takes to lure out Mr. Blue, we're going to get it. And you're going to be right there in the center. And as they all walk into the archive, unsure of your existence, they will only come in to immediately see you turn your brains into ash. And when that man steps through that portal he's going to bring, I'll make sure he ends the same fate. I told you not to betray me. It's going to cost you everything. How does it feel to kill your brother a second time?
Fuck. I was gonna say I'm gonna look at Klaus and ask him, is it true about Omega Squad, Klaus?
Klaus just nods very cold and then puts the front of his barrel of the rifle to your body as to move you forward.
He's gonna press himself even harder against the barrel and look at Klaus like in his face. Just look at him for a second. and
A
then
very robotic voice, kind of scrambled at first, goes through. I did what I had to do.
what you had to do? You didn't have to do anything. Just like I don't have to do anything, he says.
Don't do this. Don't make this any harder than it has to be.
God. After what you did, why would I listen to you? After the centuries we spent together, all the jobs we've done, the victories we've celebrated, and all in the end for you to just snuff it out like that because of an order you got. And here I thought we were really good friends.
Really wish you hadn't said it like that. Good soldiers follow orders. Now get moving so I can have your back to me.
Sure. Whatever. He's just gonna start walking out.
And they all outside are more sentries as you were followed closely by Klaus and Ares, who as y'all walk says quantum power, and he transforms as y'all walk to the sentry outpost so you can be placed in the brig.
God, I hate this because I literally was like, what if they're listening in on us?
Is the
And I had that
simplest
thought. I
thing.
had that thought a few times, and I just never said anything.
So, rest of
He
you
could have
wake up.
yelled.
It couldn't be helped.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Open the door, see a bunch of sentries? It was a very simple thing none of y'all thought to do. Mr. Blue was even like, yeah, I'm just listening in on y'all. And y'all never
Yeah.
thought they could do the same thing. So I was like, well, after a few sessions, I was like, well, that's enough. That's all they need. Even if they figure it out now, it's too late. So,
Well, like I said, I had the thought a few times, but I just never said anything, and I don't know why I didn't say anything. I think I maybe I mentioned once, like at the very beginning, whenever 42 was like, yeah, I talked to Ares. I think Cal was like, you're not bugged, are you? or
Yeah,
something
but
like that, and
too
everyone
late
they-
now.
no.
Were they
Anyway.
listening in on Thumbelina as well?
They heard everything his CAD could hear.
Okay, well, she keeps her CAD in her purse or the backpack most of the time.
It doesn't matter though. If you were speaking in 42's vicinity, which you were several times, they would.
Oh, I'm more talking about the Hades thing. I'm
no.
not concerned about that.
They only bugged 42's.
Oh, okay, yeah, then no. Okay, I'm not worried then.
I mean,
Okay.
but so I need clarification right now. Did they hear everything that happened in IT?
Yeah, they did.
Like
It
said.
stored everything, and when they came back up, all the information sent it.
That's bullshit.
Did V see the bug when he took y'all's CAD apart?
Yeah, wouldn't V have seen that?
It wasn't a hardware bug. It was a software bug.
Oh.
Oh well.
They didn't Natch is
So
saying
baby, I'm sure.
So they know everything about Cal being a Psycho Ranger.
Yes.
They know that Thumbelina's cover was blown.
Yep.
Fred did tell S42 that he got laid, so they know about that too. I just want them to know.
They know that Mamouchi's still rotting around in Cal's head because Cal said that
you
to 42.
pulled him into another room to tell him that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I pulled 42 aside to tell him, hey,
Okay.
by the
a
way,
justifiable threat
Are we going?
that they need to take out.
Are we going to the archives? I just need to know because that depends on what Thumbelina's about to do.
Okay, well, y'all woke up. Y'all don't know anything that happened to 42.
No.
And you won't see him until potentially lunch, but then neither him or his squad will show up. So
that will be a red flag.
I mean, to this day that y'all are waking up to is the last day.
Dawn of the final day.
Dawn of the final day. This is it.
Knock, knock.
Okay.
I go to.
Do we all know
hold on.
that we're going to the archives? I just need to know because that's going to depend on what Thumbelina's about to do.
Y'all haven't decided that yet.
Okay.
So, as y'all as the players, this is it. This is the final day.
Okay.
And you may not even get a full day. It might be, y'all might be told that in some way or shape or form that you'll need to head to the archives now, and it might just be it before the day's even over.
Okay. All right. I just need to know because if Thumbelina knows, then I'm gonna have her. Well, I'm about to have her do something right now.
Just
Anyway.
don't give control to Aurora. I'm hoping that that's not what you're hinting at, because she was like, oh, I'll just wait in the shadows, and literally a couple of hours later, it's like, I need you now.
No.
Oh shit! I thought it was gonna be years before you called to me.
Okay.
Aurora
so
will wait till she's at her weakest, most vulnerable time. But yeah.
So we're already here on this floor here. Y'all wake up. There's nothing to discern. Who has the Mr. Blue Cat
Me.
still? Okay, well, this makes this really easy. It makes this a lot quicker. Do you check it? Do you wake up and see
I get my
anything?
Master Morpher, I get my V Blaster, and I pull out the CAD, and I kind of give it a glance.
It's got a blinking light on it, insinuating there is a new message. You open the messages, see a ton of messages relating to Mr. Blue saying that 42 has been taken by Ares, and the time is now.
My stomach fucking drops.
He also says through the conversation that he listened to, it seems Omega Squad is all dead except for Klaus.
I run to 42's room and I knock on the door, knowing
it's not even locked. They didn't even fully shut it. You can go to knock and it just
in, and
open.
I look around. He's gone. I fucking immediately go to Aurora's, and I is your door unlocked?
No, she locked it after the whole body thing. Even though the cube cleans most of it up, she's just it's not. But
I'm
if you're not
pounding on your fucking door right now.
Who is it?
It's Fred. It's Fred. I need to talk to you.
Okay, she unlocks the door and opens it,
and I'm
like,
like,
and then she closes it and locks it.
Sorry, your room smells.
Don't worry, it's just my previous body.
And I hand her the CAD and show her the message that S42's been taken, that Omega Squad's been killed. And the time
Okay.
the time's now. Mr. Blue needs us to. I don't know what to do. Should we go to the brig and try to break S42 out?
Okay, Fred, calm down. Okay, let's calm down.
I noticed that
Okay.
she sounds
Was
different. She seems different.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna.
Okay. So, have y'all talked to anyone recently?
What do you mean? We got a bunch of people. Oh God! Oh my God!
Fred, I need to know who all knows about us right now.
I don't know.
Because
They
that
could have bugged all
depends.
of us. And maybe they're just toying with us.
Fred,
I talked to Polly. I talked to
Fred,
Lavinia. We talked to Abe.
Fred! I need you to calm down. Last night was a shit show, and I need you to breathe. Can you do that for me?
It's hard to breathe in here. It smells awful.
Okay. I need you to tell me who all you told. I need to know this before I contact Ares so I can figure out what he's going to do with S42.
I told Polly, Lavinia, and I was in the room with. Oh my God! If they didn't bug us, then they definitely know that Abraham knows. And we talked about Wayland knowing while Klaus was in the room.
The only person that Ares would more than likely bug because he'd think he would be too thick-headed to think about checking it would be S42.
I haven't checked
You?
mine.
Well, go ahead and check it then. I highly doubt he'd put on you because he would see you as a weak link and less likely for people to tell you anything that's going
rude.
on.
I quickly pull it apart because I've taken it apart all the time, and I'm like, and I put it back together. Okay, it's not a physical bug. Let me check the software, and like I kind of like go through it. Like I put it in like debug mode.
As y'all are saying this and you're going through that, the Mr. Blue cat starts to go off again.
I look at it. What's up?
It says that it seems 42 was the only one bugged. They just got everything off because he was there with y'all at all times.
And he was with us just yesterday when we talked to Abraham, and we mentioned
That's lovely.
everybody that we had talked to already.
Mr. Blue says, I've got tabs on everyone. No one seems to be hurt or injured yet, and there are no cameras on loop implying otherwise. They fully know what we've done, and they know where we're going.
Okay.
Okay, hey,
So,
go get Cal, and let's just go to the library.
wait, no, give me just a moment. I just need a moment. Just a moment. Mr. Blue, do you know who all Cal talked to and told about this? Do you have any information?
I know that Cal talked to Wayland and Mobius and was there with Abe. Tried to find Levy, but no luck on finding Levy.
Okay. Give me just a moment. I need to think on how we're going to do this. Because more than likely, Ares also knows that my cover was blown. Which means I'm going to have to convince him that I am not on your side.
Can you keep thinking about this while I just go get Cal?
Yeah, off. Go get Cal. Be careful, though.
I left the...
Go to V's and see if...
I'm gone. Whatever you're saying.
Yeah,
she looks up. Ah, shit. Yeah, she looks up like, fuck.
Wait, did you take the Mr. Blue cat with you?
Yes. Or, wait. What do you... Aurora, what do you... you looked at it, but were you holding it, or did I have it?
I thought you said you gave it to
Okay, then
us.
Aurora has it, and I ran off.
Okay. All right. Are you going to Cal's apartment? Do you even know where that is? All right, cool.
Cal is about to get woken the fuck up with the worst news possible.
See? Fred's already there at the front.
That's not Fred. I start banging on the door. Is it open? It's locked, isn't it? Cal would
No, it's locked.
always lock his door.
It's sausage
Wait,
part.
is there
Sausage
like an electronic lock? Because I will fucking hack that right now.
No, you banging on the door is enough. Are you banging on the
Yeah.
door? Fuck. Opens the door, doesn't even look, opens the door. What?
S42.
Shut up, come here. He grabs you by like the collar and like pulls you in, shuts the door, like literally is still dragging you over this way by the collar, deposits you. Okay, first of all, why the fuck are you banging on my door?
I got a message from the Mr. Blue CAD. S42 has been arrested. Omega Squad has all been killed. S42, his CAD had been bugged, and they have heard everything. Ares knows everything. It's over. We failed. It's only a matter. They're toying with us right now. They know about our involvement, and they're just waiting for us to do. I don't know what they're waiting for us to do. I'm surprised I was even able to run through the halls and get to your apartment. But it's only a matter of time before they drop the hammer.
Fred.
No! Everybody keeps telling me to calm down.
No, I'm not gonna ask you to calm down. I'm just gonna ask you to repeat that one more time. 42 got taken.
S42 is in the brig. Ares has arrested him.
With
Klaus
everything.
is still alive. He's working with Ares. They killed the rest of Omega Squad.
Omega Squad's gone.
And if S42's CAD was bugged, and if Klaus was a traitor and he was in the room with us, when we talked to Abraham, then they know about Abe, they know about Wayland, they know about Mobius. They've heard everything. They know everything.
They haven't gotten us yet.
I went to Aurora's room this morning. She's trying to come up with some sort of plan. Before I left, she mentioned she might do a play where she makes it look like she's against us, or that she was trying to betray us the whole time. I don't know. Do we need to go talk to her? I left the CAD with her. I just ran out of the room. I didn't think about it. She still got it.
Just give me a second. I just need you to give me.
I sit down and I put my face in my hands, and I'm like running my hands like through my hair, like I'm about to pull it out. Game over. We got too cocky. We met some spaghettified omnipotent ghost guy, and we just thought.
Hey Jay, is the front of this oven glass? Is it like a glass door?
Hey, that's a great idea. Turn the oven on. Let me put my head in there.
No, is it?
Sure.
Cal kicks it. Foot goes straight through it.
And that is 5 damage to you.
No, it's
You
not.
sever an artery and you're bleeding out. No.
But yeah, you smash it.
Fuck! Okay. Well, we're not leaving him. We're not leaving 42.
Yeah, you're right. We gotta get him. But yeah, we gotta get him.
How the
you have green like ranger abilities, don't you? Like powers, right?
Cal's gonna turn and look at you. His eyes are eerily green right now.
That's a yes. And I'm assuming Aurora still has connection to her powers. And I've got this, and I pull out the V blaster. But I accidentally aim it at Cal for like a split second because I'm not good with guns. And I'm assuming Cal like immediately like knocks it away. What do? I'll pull it out to show you that I have the gun, and I'm aiming it right at you.
He just looks at it and looks
then I
at
realize,
you.
and I put the gun down, and I'm like, we got to do something. It's now or never. If they find out that Polly or Lavinia are in on this,
They already know. We can assume that everything is compromised at this point.
Okay, so let's kick some ass or something. Like, let's do something. I don't want to just wait for them to kill us.
No, and I don't either, but here's the thing. Going in there is practically suicide, because you realize what we're dealing with.
Yeah, and if they know about V, then they're probably watching the elevators.
I just hope to God that they didn't try to get to him.
Cal, you feel that familiar tingle on the back of your head.
Cal doesn't even try to hide it. He fucking
Kill the
flinches.
boy. He's slowing us down.
It might be suicide for someone like you, unable to tap into your full potential. But for someone like me, they'd be nothing more than cannon fodder. I could shred through every sentry they probably sent my way now that I'm ready for it. Maybe even Ares himself. But we both know you're not going to do that. You would rather watch your friend die than give me any amount of control. So at this point, your only option is to grab who you can and leave, assuming your device is still going to work and they haven't shut you out of that option. But knowing a man like Ares, he probably already might have. Or he's a sick, demented fuck, and he is giving you the option to leave your friends and everything behind. But I know you aren't going to just leave without him. I know you're going to try. So you can either do the smart thing, and when the moment calls for it, give me entire control. Or you can have everyone around you die. I know my time might be coming soon. The least you can let me do is take a few people with me at the end of it all.
If I give you the rings, you give them back. Yeah?
Well, that's the gamble. Am I going to give them back? Or as soon as I'm done killing everyone in that room, am I not just going to run away back to my home? After all, running away is what we do best.
We're not doing that this time, and I will take control back of my own mind.
That's up to you. I'm just saying. Out of the both of us, I know how to use our body and our powers the best. You're merely tapping into a well of limitless potential. Why, I am swimming in it, drowning almost. I'm not just a drop in the bucket. I'm everything in it. And I'm about to overflow.
You want me to let you have control?
I want to help us survive. Because I know you're too stupid to try anything less but than to try to save him. But for all we know, he's probably already dead.
No.
At least if you're going to do something stupid, you might as well do it with your best card. And that's me.
We'll see.
At this point, I'm nothing more than neurons firing in your brain. So, it's your funeral. Not mine.
Fred randomly is gonna stand up and like he looks kind of calm, and he's just kind of like he's like calmed down a lot, and he goes, I I don't know, something weird just kind of came over me. No matter what we do, if it's the end, I'm glad we did what we did. I'm glad we tried. We can kind of go out knowing that we did our best, fighting for good.
Listen to me. There is not going to be a try. We are going to win this. Do you
I'm just
understand me?
nodding. Like I'm looking at Cal in the eyes and I'm nodding. Like, I think so. I think so.
This is like the most intense you've ever seen this man.
Yeah, and so I'm like, I'm getting confidence from that.
We are going to make them pay. Even if that means that I have to take Ares' gun and blast his own head off with it. They're not winning. Let's go see Aurora.
Now, going back to Aurora's apartment, right next to the apartment of the man that was taken away.
I'm just gonna say, like, for the rest of this, Cal's eyes are just real green. They're just very green, like alarmingly green.
42's getting waterboarded, and they don't even need to do it because they know everything.
They're just doing it to be assholes.
They just say, fuck this guy.
Fuck this guy.
Cal's up to date on everything.
God, just let me die with the rest of my squad.
No!
Take out
Nah, bitch.
Klaus first.
You gotta live.
You have to have a 1v1 with Klaus before you go.
God, it's just gonna be Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, where I'm like, where Raiden's just punching Armstrong, and except Armstrong's Klaus. God.
Have you come up with anything?
I was waiting for y'all to get back. That way we could talk and discuss on what we know. Mainly, I just need to know who all knows. That way I know what allies we have. So far, you said that...
Cal says to
Crap.
just assume that they know everything.
Oh, no, they most definitely did, because S-42 was with us 90% of the time.
Our allies as of current are Mobius, Lavinia, Polly, 42 obviously, Waylon, Abe.
Okay. That's good. We have some pretty decent allies.
That is if they left them alone.
Fucking Ares.
They're leaving us alone.
Of course they're gonna leave us alone. We're gonna lead them right to who they want.
They think
But-
that they have us where they want us to be.
Yes.
Backed into a corner.
So they know.
So the real question is Ares gonna tell me any of the truth? He should if I play it just right, but he's also an asshole, so...
He told us that his quantum morpher was a weak spot. That if we hit it, it could disrupt like every fiber of his being, basically. But
That's true.
that's some
Cal,
Yes.
what all have you told S-42? Like in private, because
Too much.
depending on what you told him in private, Ares already knows. So we have to figure out what all information he has.
Fred, I'm sorry for lying to you, but Ares knows that Mamoshi's swimming around up here.
Mamoshi's
Okay.
swimming around in your head. So
Is there anything else that you told him?
He doesn't know about you, but obviously V fucked that
Yeah.
part.
Well, it was bound to happen anyway, so it doesn't matter. But you do still remember the code phrase, correct?
Yes.
code phrase. What are y'all talking
Okay.
about? I don't want to be left out anymore.
Cal will tell you. Well, Cal will tell you. Whisper it in his ear. I don't trust anything right now.
Cal's just gonna pull you, like, kind of pull you close and
Got it,
whisper,
got it.
Aurora is dead.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever I say that, just play along. God, this is so much harder when you have emotions. What the fuck was I thinking? Okay, anyways. I'm gonna have to call Ares.
Before you do
And
that,
then... Yes.
come here. I need to. Actually, I'm gonna come to you.
He's going to lean in really close. Like I said, eyes are eerily green this entire time. So I'm sure Aurora understands what that means.
She could also just look at your shadow.
Yeah.
So when you walked in, she already knew because how your shadow was acting. And then you looking her in the eyes with like green eyes is just like a confirmation on what she already knew.
I need you to understand that if things start to go south, there is no stopping.
Oh, I know. That is for sure. That is very for sure. I mean, if all else fails, I can always make a deal with the devil. Oh, wait, I already fucking did that. So I'm going to call Ares, and I'm going to act like I don't know who her allies are. That way I can know if he's lying to me or not.
He's gonna know you're lying.
He more than likely. No, he's not.
It's like
Because unlike S42 or either of you two, I'm really good at lying to people. And also, I hate Ares with a burning passion, but no one knows this. I didn't even know it for a good while.
I don't think you're that good at
Mr.
lying to
Blue,
people,
the
but in the
Mr.
meantime, can I have some more of those Xanaxes?
Xanax.
You're not that good at lying to
Here you
people.
go.
Oh, score drugs.
So the Mr. Blue cat starts going off.
Oh yeah, she's got the.
Okay. Thumbelina looks down at it.
It would be very smart to not do this in a room with those two. They need to leave if you're going to have this conversation.
Nah, dip, dumbass. Do you think I was just gonna have a full conversation with Cal and Fred over here munching
We're
on
gonna be under the
tacos?
bed.
No.
It didn't seem like you were going to make them leave or anything, and I just wanted
Well,
you to be
no.
sure.
I was. I mean, I've been doing this a lot longer than probably you, them, and most of the people at the GVA have been alive. So,
What
Fair
do we
enough.
do in the meantime?
Let's just
here,
go.
y'all go ahead. Just head to Fred's room. That way, once I'm done, we'll be able to figure out what's going on. Okay. Time to be a cold-hearted bitch.
There's-
If you can.
Just fucking Aurora. You know what to do. Take my hand
They
now.
both got little.
Why don't you take a puss in his hand?
All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
Aurora calls Ares.
What is Fred
Or
doing?
Thumbelina.
All right, so it rings, and it's just, well, isn't this a fine surprise? Are you calling to let me know that you're going to pull out and head back to Hyperforce since your spy thing didn't work out very well?
Ares, do you know that it's so easy to manipulate someone so trusting?
Yeah,
Well, then you know it's a lot easier to make someone think you're a traitor than it is to just be a plain ally. Sure, V exposed me. Wait, how do you know this information? I haven't sent in the report yet.
well, I did the most obvious thing I could do. Had Hyperforce send a software bug to 42's CAD. Turned on his microphone and recorded everything. Even when he was down below in IT with that V. Only it recorded, couldn't send, stored it, and then once the connection was reestablished, it sent everything at once. You played your part very well. Even saved him from potentially not being himself anymore, reverting back to his old ways.
Of
You might have,
course, he'd be harder to deal with if anything else.
and it seems you're not alone. But we got something for Cal. In
Oh,
his
yeah?
in his state, he's going to be easy to take down. Ain't no way he's going to have full access to his abilities.
And what about Fred?
All he's got is that blaster. And something else we require back, something rather important. But we're going to use all of that as bait.
I
Right now,
see.
42's enjoying himself a nice little round of, I guess you can call it therapy.
Ares, you've known me for a long time, haven't you?
Unfortunately.
Well, then, I do like to finish my job. And this one is quite personal.
You will
I
finish
mean,
your job.
you think I don't want to be there to see their faces?
Oh, you will. You're going to tell them that they have a time limit. You're going to tell them that, I don't know, let's say lunch. They have until lunch to head down to the archives and bait Mr. Blue. Or, I don't know, Mobius, Abe, Waylon, Paulie, Lavinia. Let's just say one by one they're going to start dropping real quick.
Do you not already have them with you?
Are you familiar with the phrase shooting fish in a barrel? The higher numbers that go to the archives, the higher ordnance I'm allowed to use. We got some new toys.
Hmm. But what about Klaus? Wasn't he loyal to S42? Or the squad he was in?
Oh, come on now. You might be mostly magic, but Klaus was at least, if not 85% technology. All it takes is a bit of tweaking. And that's all she wrote.
Are you sure there's no way for Klaus to overcome that?
Oh, trust me. Trial and error. Put him through his paces, really. And they tried to tell me there was a soul left in the machine. Not anymore.
I see. How many of you are going to be down there?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Well, yes, because I'll be walking there, and even though Cal won't have his full ability, he's still very powerful. Plus, with Lavinia and the others, I mean, the only two that aren't very useful is Fred and Polly. So, yes, I'd like to know how many people are going to be there. That way I know how many have my back.
Well, considering the fact that Mr. Blue might be coming with an army, there will be enough.
I see. That's going to be fun. I wonder if I should put on some tears. Maybe make them think I actually have feelings.
Well, you better get moving. I don't fully like the way that you sounded in the recordings that we got off of 42's CAD.
Aries, do you not know what acting is?
I know what acting is.
I know you haven't been with me on any of my other incognito missions, but sometimes you have to play the part in order to get them to trust you. There's a reason why I'm sent on these so much, because I can and will get the job done, whether I have to get my hands dirty or not.
You know, in my line of work, it always pays to be prepared. It always pays to not trust anyone. I want to I want you to explain to me why the other night you got a signal on your device from an unknown source and it wasn't anyone for you to report into. Didn't get the conversation.
It was Mr. Blue.
Really?
Yes. I was trying to get more knowledge on him, but he isn't very trusting of me right now with the whole reveal with V. I thought a one-on-one conversation would have been a lot easier to get him to trust me. Unfortunately, it didn't work. He's very guarded.
You think I'm fucking stupid. Out of everything we got from 42's recordings, we know Mr. Blue placed CADs all over the place to get in contact with you because direct contact would be very suspicious. So why would he contact you through your personal device when he had kept a pattern up so tight? Even in other areas of the GVA beforehand, he only contacted one way. There is no time limit now. Not lunch, not anything.
Aries,
No, I don't think you understand.
do you think I have feelings for the people you're threatening? Do you think I care if you kill them or not? I can still find Mr. Blue even without them. I just need one person. And
I
you
don't.
questioning me? After all the results I have done? After everything I've accomplished in this line of work? I'm more convincing than you think I am. Just because I got a cat and didn't tell anyone and was able to convince Mr. Blue to contact me, which was very hard, by the way. Because I thought maybe if he did it that way, I'd have a way to track him down. But unfortunately, it did not work. It did not pan through. It's in my report that I was going to send. But everything's been thrown off kilter, especially since you now decided to abduct 42, which makes my job harder.
You took too long. And I had everything I need to move forward. And I
Do
have
you truly?
everything. Yes, I
Do
do.
you think Mr. Blue won't ditch them once he discovers what you got? Mr. Blue doesn't have connection with these people. He doesn't care if they die. If they die, he can just find another group.
It's not about Mr. Blue and caring whether y'all die. I know Cal will. And I know Cal will do what he has to come save 42. Thus luring out Mr. Blue, bringing Fred along with him, and putting everything into place. However, like I said, I ain't stupid.
Aries, you can believe whatever you want. I truly don't care. I don't care if you kill these people. Though what you're doing now is getting in the way of my mission. You can't get to Mr. Blue if he knows this information already. So the question is, does he know that you're going to do this? Because if he does, he could just leave them there stranded and have them all killed.
He won't.
How do you know that?
I know several things. I know who he is.
How do you know who he is?
Well, there's a lot of reasons, but you're not qualified to know anymore. You see, I was trying to let you down a little soft. You see, after your little phone call that was suspicion was raised. Everything went into question. Someone at Hyperforce broke. Some things happened upstairs that you're no longer allowed to know because you have officially been terminated.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It is hilarious. It's everything I've ever wanted.
Well then, I'll be glad to put you in a body bag, Aries. She hangs up.
God damn!
Hell yeah.
Well, she got what she needed. She got the information she wanted.
Yep.
Because Aries a dumbass and just gave her that information. Now she knows what she's walking into.
He doesn't care though.
He doesn't,
He's
but he
big.
should.
He got us showing up.
Oh, we're gonna make some fucking stops first.
Fish in a barrel. Or else show up the higher ordinance they can use. But at the same time, if you don't, they're just gonna kill everybody anyways.
So after that phone call, Aurora's gonna take her CAD and destroy it.
Smash it.
Yep, she sets it on fire.
How are you gonna get a hold of your liege?
She don't need that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure he'd give her something else to fucking use.
True.
Okay. Wait, Mr. Blue was with her there in that whole fucking conversation, wasn't he?
Who had the CAD?
Aurora.
I
She
did.
did.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Okay. 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 Damn. I was so close. It's only fucking Doofenshmirtz didn't fucking call me.
Doofenshmirtz Evil
Wait,
Incorporated!
who's Doofenshmirtz in this?
Draken.
Okay. So Aurora's gonna look down at the CAD Mr. Blue gave her
Yeah.
and see if it has any information on it.
It does have a few messages, and they generally line up too.
What about him?
He couldn't hear what he said, but he heard your end. Man, it's just like that doesn't sound like it's going well. Well, that sounds a little better. All right, that doesn't sound like it's going well. Okay. Well, just let me know what he says whenever you're done.
God. I'm just thinking it's like whenever she's talking to Aries, it's like, you know how those people have their phones on like fucking speakerphone when they're talking in public?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, so she's gonna talk out because Mr. Blue can hear her anyways. She's gonna be like, do you have an army, perchance, on the other side of that portal?
I have a few select people that have decided to go with me on this path. Yes.
How powerful are they? How powerful are you?
I'm the strongest.
Okay. Can you fight Ares? Would you win?
Would you win?
You're actively asking me. That's a good question. I mean, quantum power.
I need to know because I need to know what cards I have in my
Which
hand.
side to be on? No.
Are you still? Why are you still playing like this is a game? This isn't a game. These aren't cards. These are people's lives.
Okay, you dumb bitch. Let me reiterate something for you. All of our lives are on the line right now. It's not just me. It's not just Lavinia. It's not just Cal. It's not just Fred. It's fucking everyone. Okay? So I need to know who's on my side and what their power limit is. Because depending on what that is, that means I'm going to have to call in reinforcements. And I'm just trying to figure out if I want to sell my soul or not. So please, give me the full information so I know what I'm up against.
He's going to respond with, I have a small team of rangers, but they're not exactly going to be, they can handle themselves for sure, but I wasn't counting on using them. I was going to go in myself, secure y'all, and go in after y'all were all secure and being the last one out.
Are you able to take on a full army in Ares?
If I could take on the combined forces of the Machine Empire, Master Vile, and Lord Zed and Rita.
Oh,
yes, I can.
God. Oh my god. Oh my god!
Because we're about to have to go face an army. When we get to the archives, there is nothing left for us.
Look, I have a plan now.
What's the plan? Is it the same thing? Are we going to head to the archives like sheep to slaughter?
Who called you?
No one you'd want to be associated with.
I need to know. I have connections in the multiverse. Depending on who sent you, we can do this together and we can get everyone out. He owes me a favor. Is it who I think it is?
Who do you think it is?
Him.
Capital H.
We all know who I'm talking about. And no, it's not Billy 1C. As much as he would like to be him, he's not him. He's not that guy.
Draken.
I'm going to get in contact with him. Let me know what happens.
Whoa.
But he owes me.
I'm freaking the fuck out.
Well, at least he'll be able to have a conversation with you, like he planned to in the end.
Good.
Lovely. Okay. I have one other person to speak to, and then we'll head to the archives.
Just get everyone you can. Ask anyone. And I mean anyone you can. to help us. We're going to get everyone out.
I can't really contact anyone right now because someone was a little bitch and snitched.
I can open this CAD, allow you to contact them, but you'll have to know the information. You won't be able to log in. You'll just have to know their email and any of their numbers offhand.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Is there anyone she knows that is like hardcore, like Lord Draken will do anything she says as long as she says Lord Draken told him to?
No one in Sector G.
Okay, but what about like the higher ups?
Yeah, there are, but that's what Ares meant when he said someone broke. They told him everything. They could hypothetically be doing a purge right now on Hyperforce.
So you don't know who's on your side.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, shit. Okay. I have no one to contact. There's only one person I want to speak to right now, and it's not someone who's probably going to be leaving with us. And if he doesn't have anything, I might have to go talk to one other person, but he also can't leave right now.
Are you talking
Okay.
about V?
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah, I was going to do it regardless on what you told me to do. Be straight up honest with you right now. I am kind of on the frayed edges of a burning carpet. I truly don't care about anything right now except getting out of here. So I'm gonna head over to Fred's. We're gonna speak about what happened, and then they're gonna gather their people. I'm gonna go talk with V, and then we're gonna head to the archives.
Whatever happens in between.
Whenever you get back to them, give the CAD to Fred. There is something I want to tell him.
I'm gonna head over to Fred's.
God, this is.
Should I? If something goes down, I don't really have fastest reflexes.
Also,
should somebody else?
She is gonna take her purse and the backpack with the flesh cube.
That could come in handy.
God, the flesh
Cal.
cube.
Okay. Okay.
Should you have the?
He knocks on the door.
Don't give that to me. If it touches me, it's probably
Jesus
gonna fry me.
Christ. Okay, I'll let.
She knocks
I'll let
on
you in.
the
I'll
door.
let you in.
Okay. Okay, so Ares knows that I am definitely not on his side, and that the person that I had on the outside is who I'm really with, so that's fun. I talked to Mr. Blue. He is very powerful.
You had somebody else that you were working for that wasn't Ares?
Yeah, don't worry about him. He doesn't matter right now. So, there's that. Mr. Blue also knows our mutual friend, me and him, not y'all. You don't, well, you probably know who he is, but I really don't want to say who he is because, like, everything's kind of on fire and I don't really want to just spread anymore.
Get to the point.
Okay. So, all they have is S42. Klaus has been reprogrammed and they just destroyed everything that made him Klaus. Ares has some trick-ass shit to use on you, Cal. Ares has known me for a long time, so he probably knows some stuff about me, though I'm gonna turn that motherfucker into a flesh cube. Anyways. So, not only that, Mr. Blue knows that Ares is on to us. Mr. Blue knows that Ares knows that I'm not with them. I thought I would have some mutual connections, but unfortunately they're currently doing a purge. Probably. I'm not 100%. But I was able to get information. Ares is going to be trying to get a large army to fight us. That's the reason why he hasn't kidnapped any of our other allies. Because he wants to have a reason to have as many people as possible. That, paired with both me and Cal being on the side, is probably not helping our odds here with a small, little easy defeat. Is there anything I'm forgetting?
I didn't think we were bringing everybody to the archives. I thought everybody was going to wait in IT while we did the archive stuff.
We don't have a choice.
And now we really have to be us.
We've got to. We
don't have a choice. We have to have as many people as we can. Mr. Blue says that Mr. Blue is very strong. He also has some people on his side, and he's going to contact our mutual friend, mine and his mutual friend. And also, I have a plan. Ares wants the Morpher. And if we don't win this, we have to somehow make sure that if Mr. Blue gets in contact with anyone else, they will be able to get that to him. So, I was going to go head down to V, and I was wondering if you could put the morpher in my backpack so I can go there and hand it to V. Then once everything is over, I will call V, and hopefully, if everything goes right, he will come hand us the morpher and we're able to leave.
Yeah. I take the morpher and I toss it into her bag.
Hold on.
Ec-
Before you do that,
Yeah.
the Mr. Blue CAD goes off.
Okay. We look at it.
He asks you to hand it to Fred.
Okay. Also, Mr. Blue wants to talk to you, Fred, while I go do the V thing.
Okay.
Hold on.
Wait.
As he types,
He's typing something.
give it back to Fred.
The morpher?
Yes.
He wants me to have the morpher.
Ask him why.
Okay. Why?
I was able to sense it. When you and 42 put on the morpher thing to get your memories back. I felt a surge. I made sure I could always try to find it, which is one of the reasons why I was able to find this place to begin with. When it went through your memories, it didn't give you anything extra, but it gave something extra to 42. It showed him the life that they had took from him. But it didn't show you anything else.
Yeah. It didn't show me why I was even taken.
Exactly. Because you didn't need to know. Think about it. 42 got to see his brother, everything. Bad stuff happened. And then where they originally took him. Why? And then you look what happened to his squad. I am a firm believer that sometimes the grid does things for people that are unexplained. I think it didn't show you anything because you don't need to see anything. Potentially, even without me, you might be the only one to walk away from this.
What does that mean?
It means you're more likely to live through this than anyone else, Fred.
That statistically doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. That's the best I can come with. But
Give me the morpher.
Okay, she opens the bag for him to grab
Plus,
it.
V's always been worried that people could come down there and prune him somehow, so he's not exactly... I don't know, he's got his own fears.
Well, all he truly has to do is make a room full of mirrors. And they're all fucked.
Yeah, maybe.
I wouldn't say no to asking B and anyone else you can think of for help. Anyone with any strength or will powers to fight anyone. But Fred, keep it with you. Keep it close. And may the power protect you.
Okay. Okay, so Fred's gonna keep the morpher. Y'all two go ahead and get your allies. I'm gonna go talk to V. And maybe someone else, depending on how the V thing goes. Alright. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
I don't really think we have much of a choice, but yeah.
It's the point of no return, baby. Not that y'all have much of a choice anyway, but hey.
Okay.
But y'all are obviously going to head out, get your allies before we do that, and we end tonight's session for the last one next week. We are going to jump to 42.
Oh God.
There is one thing you can do.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
Real quick. So 42, you've been in the cell with nothing more than a toilet, and you're probably pretty bloody at this point. You've been beaten up unnecessarily, probably waterboarded. fucked up to all sorts of degrees, and you've been left in there for a while. Before they come and show up and do more to you, how do you feel right now?
Blah, you know what I mean? Like he's kind of doesn't know what to feel. His entire squad's dead. His hope of leaving here is shattered. He's just kind of accepting his fate at this point. He doesn't think he's making it out of here.
So you feel like you're gonna die any minute now.
Right.
Fair enough. So eventually, the red sentry steps aside, and you hear footsteps as your two favorite people show up. And Ares in his red SPD swap mode state, looks at you. I had high hopes for you. You showed such promise, and you let me down. And for what? Friendship and mediocre pussy?
Jesus Christ.
And worst of all, the analyst trusted you enough to tell you some really deep secrets. Thanks for that, by the way. I hope it was worth it. I hope all of it was worth it.
He's just not gonna look at him. He's not gonna say anything to him.
I would say, or ask if you had any last words while you wallow in your own filth. But I guess shit doesn't really talk now, does it? You won't be alone, though. Your good old friend here, Klaus, the good soldier that he is, will be here with you. If anything happens, well, Klaus will make sure you don't go nowhere. They try to come bail you out, he'll just blow your brains out and splatter you all over this cell, just like the rest of your blood. I got some work to do in preparation for your friends eventually trying to come and save you at the archives. Moment they start moving, you're going to start moving too. But depending on my mood, unless they try to come save you here, they'll see you there all right. But you'll be dead long before we get to the archives. What they'll
Fuck.
see is nothing more than a dead body, soulless corpse, and they'll never know it.
You know, I've noticed something, Ares. You sure do like to fucking talk a lot.
Well, I'm not shit, so I can talk as much as I want to. All right,
Yeah.
Klaus. Make sure he doesn't move. And like I said, if you get the call from me that they are trying to break him out here, just put him out of his misery. Klaus just nods and he walks off. So Klaus is just kind of sitting there watching you, this red sentry behind him. And Klaus just kind of steps back and motions for the sentry to get back on point as he goes to watch the hallway. He looks around. You don't see him for a minute. Walks back around, just kind of sits there. Are you watching the outside, or are you just kind of looking in the cell?
I'm just kind of looking everywhere. I'm like looking at the cell, looking outside, just seeing this ranger.
Well, you immediately see this ranger get its fucking neck snapped. He tosses the ranger aside, comes open, rips open the door, and then pulls out a prune stick.
Oh my god.
He looks at you and has the stick and is just looking at you. Do you have anything to say to him?
I'm just gonna look at him in his fucking visor. You son of a bitch, you.
I'm sorry. But this is all I can do. I wasn't able to keep my promise. But I won't let them take you. And he approaches you with the prune stick. Are you going to try to fight him?
No. I'm
So
not.
42, you get pruned out of existence by Klaus.
What? No! Wait.
Let me finish.
Wait.
Let me finish. As 42 dissipates, Klaus prunes himself.
What the fuck?
What the
Give me
fuck?
one.
Did you know that you were about to get pruned? One?
No
I said
idea,
prune
dude.
stick. I said
Yeah,
prune
but
stick.
I wasn't sure what he was
I
gonna
thought
do
he was
with
gonna.
it.
I thought he was gonna spin it around.
You didn't clarify! You have to fucking
I thought he was gonna
clarify!
spin it
It
around
doesn't-
and be like, "Here, take this. Let's go
I
work
thought he
our
was
way
gonna hand
out."
it to him and be like, here, this is your
Yeah,
weapon!
like, oh.
Hold
He's like,
on.
"You gonna
Hold
fight
on.
back?"
That was not
And
fucking
42 was
clear!
like, "No, I'm not gonna
All
fight it." And then he gets pruned, and then all his waiting was like, "Just kidding, nope." And then he prunes himself, and this is really happening. There are X's on their
I
icon.
don't think Juan understood what was happening.
Well, S42 didn't understand what was happening, and he let it in.
It's fine.
It's what would have happened.
He's with this squad now. In Oblivion.
Valhalla.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, he's with this
you
squad.
got pruned. They all
He's
got
with this
shot in their
squad.
fucking faces, so they're not
Oh,
with
that's
you.
right. Damn,
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
damn.
I'm just kidding.
Just got pruned out of existence. And then the last member, yeah, Omega Squad is no more. The last two remaining survivors got
Yeah, you were
pruned.
like
Rest in pieces.
two. Yeah, he snapped that sentry's neck, and you were like, "Let's go!"
Get down. I thought that he was gonna give him the fucking prune stick and be like, let's fucking go, baby!
All right.
I'm fucking pissed! I'm mad!
Oh, I'm sure you are. Yeah, I would be too. If I didn't know what was going on.
Meanwhile, in this world,
Yo, is that fucking Asterion?
Whoa!
That's
Hey,
42.
yo,
No.
what the fuck?
Oh my god. Love it.
So 42, you get pruned and you appear, and you kind of feel like you got torn away atom from atom, but then everything's kind of black, but then you realize your eyes are just closed.
He opens his eyes. He's gonna be like what the fuck? He's like, oh my god, I'm dead, and you're all here with me. Who the fuck is the fucking weird vampire? Like the weird guy up here?
I'm the guy who saved your ass. And your entire team, thank you. After all, no one dies without my say-so. And it just didn't feel right. That and I have plans.
God, he's gonna come up and just hug everyone.
So after you go to hug everyone, eventually some light particles start to form behind you as Klaus is on the floor. He gets up.
I was about to say I pick him up.
Oh, you can pick him up, yeah.
Yeah, I pick up Klaus and I give him a big hug, and I was like, I was like, you gave me a scare there, pal. I really thought you killed everyone and betrayed us.
I was just like, "I thought I did." What the fuck? Why
He's like, yeah, I thought the pruning would
Why
kill
are we
everyone. Why are
here?
you all here?
Shit, I'm sorry, guys.
Well, it's all thanks to our mysterious friend there. He gave me everything that I needed. So what are you doing now? As everyone is excited, everyone's happy to see you. Tora gives you a big fat tongue kiss.
Oh.
So what do you want to ask the mysterious man anything?
I'm just gonna ask him, like, who are you and why did you help us?
Well, my name is Hades, and I'm the one who makes sure who lives and who dies. And quite frankly, as much as the order was sent and you were all taken down, I thought, what would be better than to fuck everyone? So, as the threads of your friends started to dim and it was time for them to snap, I reinforced them. Yeah, their bodies were left behind, but once they were disposed of, I just brought them here and put a little more life into their threads, bringing them all back to life. Klaus was notified in my own way. The only thing that was next was to get you and him alone so he could prune you and himself and bring you here, right under Ares' nose. I'm quite proud of myself. I think I really outdid it. He's really going to shit himself whenever he finds out that he was played from the very beginning.
God. So what now?
Well, if everything is to be correct, your team will probably head down to meet your V friend, where we will return and give them all a great big surprise. After all, you have to be dramatic with it. You can't just go telling them you're alive. Especially not now. It'll ruin everything.
Well, I don't even think they know that I'm dead. Apparently.
Oh shit, you're right. They don't know you're dead. But they know your team died. That's good enough.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be more dramatic if they found out that I died too?
You know, it'd be really dramatic if you all died right now.
That would be dramatic.
I can make it happen.
Keep sassing me.
Keep sassy. The one with the sassiest voice is somehow like,
The least
God,
tolerant of sass.
yeah. He's like the one who's the most sassy is somehow like, yeah, I don't like it when you do it to me, so shut up. God,
But
he's just gonna hold up his hands like, "Arr."
until then, you have access to whatever you wish in my mansion to get ready for the battle ahead. So I would start preparing and don't worry about your powers. They'll activate. Price is just like, I can't believe we really got shot by Klaus. You shot us. Did you know at the time? Klaus is just sweating. Oh my god, you didn't know.
Didn't know.
What was your
No,
plan?
I
You were
knew.
just gonna
I
shoot.
knew. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
You
he's
were
The whole
just
time.
Right?
really
You were
trying to
right,
defend himself now.
Wink, wink, wink. He can't. He doesn't see it through the visor.
we're alive now, so no hard feelings. We live thanks to him, but I want to know. Klaus is just like, I was when they tried to change me. At the time, I hadn't quite fought it yet. I did kill you, but that broke me, and therefore broke the programming. And then after that, he contacted me through my shadow. I thought your demons and spirits were haunting me, and I deserved it. But I had a plan to fight back, but I didn't know how until he told me everything. So he told me I just needed to prune 42 and myself, and we'd all be back together. And that once your bodies were disposed of and gone, he would just put some life into your threads and revive you. And if we pruned ourselves, well, I pruned 42 and then myself, he would put us back together. So I'm sorry I shot y'all, but at the time, I was under heavy programming and there was nothing I could do about it. I am sorry, but it all worked out. I
It
mean,
all worked out.
if he hadn't contacted me, I was just going to shoot 42 and then myself, but I mean, this works great. She's just like, so if he hadn't, you were just going to kill him and then yourself. You thought that was the best course of action. What else was I supposed to do? I didn't know, but hey, it worked out in the end. We're all still alive, right? So that's all that matters, right? 42? 42, please. Do something.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're all here now. It's better than being dead.
Guys, why are y'all bringing up the old time?
Yeah, like you guys are still
That was
on
this
that.
morning.
Like, right? I'm like, look at this cool dragon statue. No, I'm playing it.
And Tora says, well, we're all alive, and we have a second chance. We should prepare, eat, rest. How much time do we have? Do we have enough time for that? Oh dear. Time moves as fast as I want it to here. Theoretically, I could keep you here for years while only minutes pass for them. But I wouldn't do that. What kind of man would I be? Although you would have a lot of chance to really improve your skills and everything else, but that's going to take a lot of time, and I don't want to be stuck here with you idiots for that long. Oh. I'll give you enough time to make sure you can get a good night's rest and eat and be prepared. That's all you'll get. And by the time you're ready, they'll be going down to IT,
I like you hate
and
him so much.
we will surprise them with your survival, and I'll make sure to let them know that 42 is dead, so the dramatic is in more effect.
Nice.
I love a good reveal. So do what you will, and I'll be going to V, so that way he can notify your friends of your unfortunate demise. Actually, I don't even have to do that, as he puts his fingers together and pulls out a pink string. I know exactly how I'm going to let them know. And we are on our break. That is part 1 of the finale. Part 2 will follow shortly. Everyone go get a snack, go do what you want, be Joe and scream more, although the screaming was for
Oh,
nothing!
man.
Jesus Christ.
This is
God.
awesome.
I have gone through all
An
of the stages
emotional
of grief,
roast.
all of the stages of grief in the span of like
Although
15 minutes.
y'all have Thumbelina / Lila to thank for this, because she had not done what she did, he wouldn't have cared enough to do it.
Thank fucking God.
Thank
All right.
God Thumbelina's a curious dumb bitch.
Yep. So part 1 is over. I'm ending it. We'll all take a break. We'll all come back, and we will finish for the finale of the GVA.